Good evening, everybody, and welcome into tonight's game. Looking forward to it. The Chargers -3, 44 and a half. 44 and a half on the total. We'll see how it is. Welcome into everybody. Let's see who's here. Heather was here early. Main Street Paul was here earlier. Alex Manfiasoli, welcome in, or maybe not. I don't know. Doug, good to see you. Fans of Green Bay Packers, hello. Kevin Hawthorne, hello. Stitch Hawaiian. George S. Cook, Jeffrey. Plymouth Rock, hello, Rock. Welcome in. JC Skipper Brian, hello as well. Y'all know the deal. We need the likes. That's the big key. Help us out as we sit here and get ready for today's game in Los Angeles, where it's never a home game for anybody. Mike Beachman, hello, buddy. Welcome in. Great to see you. It's more of a home game for the visiting team than it is for the home team whenever you play in Los Angeles, that's for sure. So, good to see The Rock here.
It doesn't matter how you're doing.
Doug is here.
Doug.
We're ready to roll. Vikings are 3-3. The Chargers 4-3 as we sit here tonight.
And finding who he can trust to be in there with him every week.
Ready to go with a little NFL action. Who is your key player of the game? Is it Jefferson? Is it, your running back who's returning with Jones, returning for Minnesota? Is it one of your Chargers high flyers? I don't know. Who's going to have a better quarterbacking game? A lot of questions to be answered here tonight.
Well, I think to me, I'm really interested to watch on offense, right?
Chargers got to have a consistent offense tonight if they want to have a chance. That's the key.
But how are they going to line up with Brian O'Neill out of the lineup? Do they move Khalil Mack? Does Thule play over there? What's their plan to attack?
That's right. What are they going to do with Khalil Mack?
Who's now not in the lineup for the Vikings.
And for sure, the Vikings, they don't have a takeaway in the last 3 games. How do you get that going?
There we go. Got that rolling back up now. Mr. Thibodeau, good to see you, sir. Welcome in. Welcome in, sir. Debbie Bernfeld, hello. Welcome in. Let me switch over to football on Stream Elements. Both teams coming off of losses, too, by the way. That is another thing, too. Both teams coming off a loss.
I'm stumped. Friendly insurance lizard, first letter G.
And it's the same Geico commercial we get every time. We don't have enough Geico in our lives, I don't believe.
An European accent.
That's the rumor that's out there. That's why we keep getting all these Geico commercials.
Maybe I can help. No way, it's the Geico Gecko. This guy knows.
It's the Geico Gecko.
64 across is quibble. Thank you.
Get more support.
Is that how you spell?
All right, there we go. Set now.
It's the NBA on Prime.
Boston brings the action to the Garden. That's the Celtics.
Tweak that just a little bit.
Then the Lakers take on the Timberwolves. Celtics.
Goofy Mania, welcome in.
Lakers only on Prime.
Been sick in the hospital. Well, prayers to you. I hope you get better. Welcome back in, Goofy Mania. Keep getting better. Eric Woodward, welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome in. Jeffrey, I'm not getting into that tonight. I'm talking football, my friend. We'll talk. We got basketball streams that we'll be doing. We'll talk about that over there. We're talking football tonight. Keep the algorithm in the football focus. Hopefully the Chargers will not be in those ugly yellow uniforms. I did not like those at all. I don't know about any other Charger fans, but no. Was not a good alternative for me.
They try to get more healthy on offense and answer the questions on defense. At times like this,
It
takes a little more action. Carson Wentz was
a lot less talk and a little more action, according to Khalil Mack.
Carson feels like there's some plays that he'd like to have back, but he's really enjoying playing in our offense.
Hard to believe Carson Wentz with a rebirth kind of over here with Minnesota.
Vikings quarterback situation. Carson Wentz will once again be quarterback. I haven't been in this role for a couple of years now, playing meaningful football, so I'm just trying to handle the business the best I can right here.
He's doing pretty good since coming back in the mix there.
That's flat. The young tight end Gadsden, the rookie's playing great. First time playing in a game like this, so definitely big moment. Justin Herbert's got elite talent. Justin Jefferson's a hell of a talent, and not only is he
you got some great players in tonight's game here.
we're gonna find a way to get out there and get her done. Hopefully,
Chargers.
Get her done. Chargers and the Vikings from Los Angeles. Jeffrey, the Patriots are doing really well this year. They are playing very well. All right, Chargers into all blue. All blue at home.
Led for the 6th straight year by Justin Herbert. And ready to face the much-traveled Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz and the Vikings.
On Thursday night football, Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, Haley Hartline with you. When the Chargers get up to a great start, 3-0, but now they've lost 3 of their last 4.
Chargers have lost 3 of their last 4 too. That's kind of crazy. What's everybody think? How's the sound tonight across everybody? Doug and I did a little tweaking, or I did some tweaking, and Doug gave me a little help. But how is our sound tonight for everybody? Oh, look, we're getting bots in from China or Japan or something. I don't know who's on that tonight, but I'm letting that go a little bit tonight. See if that makes a difference. So let's be on that. Whichever moderator is handling that tonight.
JJ McCarthy is almost ready. He's got the high active range, almost ready to come back, just not tonight. So Carson Wentz will make his 5th consecutive.
Carson Wentz.
What is a very important game for the Minnesota Vikings.
Good to see you, Andy Chan. Welcome back in.
2 and 4 stars in for JJ McCarthy. I think they just got to start fast. They built their defense around the.
Talking about how Vikings need to start fast. Our screen will change at the start of the game. Our screen will change at the start of the game.
Aaron Jones back, which will help find some matchups, try to exploit his Chargers defense.
Got a couple of teams trying to get on a roll. What happens tonight is the Chargers beat the Vikings.
Couple minutes away from kickoff here. Minutes away.
Thursday night kickoff was presented by Subway. Try Subway's meal of the day.
Again, try this again. Checking with everybody listening tonight. How is the sound coming through?
It's Subway's new fresh fit menu.
We tweaked it earlier. I'm not sure if I'm coming through or not.
Serving of veggies and our Baja Chipotle sauce, all under 500 calories. Keep moving with Subway's new fresh fit menu. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm so done with this Otani commercial. Good Lord. New Balance paying way too much for whatever they're paying.
New Balance, we got now.
Taste Dizzy Dream, welcome in. Thank you, Mike. I was beginning to wonder if it was even coming through at all there for a minute. Thank you.
I'm working on a story about the Murdochs. Their abuses of power and privilege are playing out in real time. How bad is this?
Minutes away from kick. Ryan Rowe, welcome in.
All right, Fitz, we got a fun matchup with Minnesota traveling to LA to face the Chargers.
Vikings are a 140 favorite running right now.
London already this season. Now they travel east to west on short rest. That'll be a factor.
So much action. Passports won't matter, though, but passing games will.
Ooh, I like that, Chris.
You're welcome. You don't have to go anywhere, though, for this amazing offer from DraftKings Sportsbook.
All right, let's go. All the gambling stuff, we're done. Give us the football.
If your bet wins, use promo code TNF.
The crown is yours.
There's the latest odds right there. Chargers at 2.5.
Yeah, got Lizzie for a couple weeks this summer.
Billy Bob, welcome in.
Doors.
Welcome in, welcome in.
A dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors. Backed by a team of specialists.
Share out the stream if you don't mind. Hit the like. Help us out with that like. It helps the stream. Free to do. And it helps us out.
Your plan can change too. Because doors were meant to be opened.
Okay, there we go. There's another commercial done. Surf Bum John, hello, buddy. Looks like you had some fun golfing recently. That was nice.
It's a really big deal. $5 pajama pants. One unique collection. Styles for the whole family.
Welcome, welcome.
Introducing Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Lots of protein.
Badger Backer, what's up, buddy? Need a Charger win to put some distance between the pack and the. Aren't the Vikings in last place in that division? 3-3 in last place. Here we go. Here we go. Of the National Football League. Our screen will change at kickoff when it usually happens. Here comes the opening. I don't like their opening. I think it's kind of cheap. I think they could do a lot better than what they're doing. That's me. Great day, awesome outing. Love hearing that. Love hearing that. Come on. Ah. I like all the other openings so much better than this one. All right, here we go. Getting ready now.
You can also watch in Spanish and Espanol. Moments ago, Keely Harton caught up with Keenan Allen in our sideline connections presented by Verizon.
Well, Keenan, on Sunday, the Vikings struggled giving up big pass plays. What opportunity do you see for yourself in this offense tonight?
I think just trying to score points, man. See if we execute the whole game, start to finish, come out.
Talking with Keenan Allen.
News tonight, you guys have your left tackle, Joe Alt, back. What impact can he have on the field for you in this team?
Big time, man. He's an all-pro. So
Trying to get that thing to pin up there. I'll just leave the pin message that I have. Doo-doo. All right, we're just about ready. Jim Harbaugh's over there beating on his quarterback. I don't know why he does that. Hello, T. Marie's Place. Welcome in.
In this stadium, the 21 season, now in his fourth season in Minnesota.
Chargers won the toss. They have deferred. They have deferred. Again, our screen will change here in just a minute. As soon as we get the kickoff, we will get that change. Miles Price back for Minnesota to take this kick. Oh, we got to go through a commercial. I hate that. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. We're off. Can't take it at the 1. Out to the 10, 15, 20, 25. Sidestep to the 25 to the 30, 35 to the 40, 45. Tackle there just past the 45. And there's flags down all over the place. Of course there is. It's the National Flag League. Guarantee it's coming back.
Return team number 96. 10-yard penalty.
Steve Batty is a rookie out of BYU. So Carson Wentz, the much-traveled Carson Wentz, is sixth team in 6 years. 2-2 this year, replacing McCarthy after week 2. 5 touchdowns scored in sections. Moved the ball well last week, but once they got inside the 20, they were dead. They set up for 5 field goals. Yeah, that's amazing. They lost. Yeah, 1 of 6 inside the red zone. Big emphasis, obviously, following that game against Philly. And for Carson Wentz, there'll be series when he looks out.
Mandy Mary, hello, welcome in. First down and 10, Minnesota. First down and 10, Minnesota. Lila Rose, hello, welcome in. Shotgun dumps it off. He's got his running back. Incomplete as Wentz throws it behind him.
Great pass catcher as well. Is the target here, second down and 10. It's good to see him back. Had a hamstring injury in week 2. They really missed him, not only catching the ball out of the backfield, but being a combination with him.
Fans of Green Bay Packers, welcome in. Second down and 10. Second and 10.
from Aaron Jones, but he's back now to give him that tandem.
Single back set.
From the 16.
Jones, he's probably going to get the ball here. Yep, handoff. Jones hit right away and dropped. They're going to probably mark it right about the same line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10.
I thought he might have jumped. He got such a quick first step right there. That's going to be a matchup to keep up.
That was a heck of a move by Tart to get in there. 3rd down and 10. Ball all the way back at their 16.
He wasn't very successful. And they moved Blake Randall, 64 in there, who's really more of a guard or a tackle.
Carson Wentz ready. Shotgun calling for the ball. Wide receiver in motion. Pressure coming. They're going to hit him. And he lets it go. Caught. Oh, my Lord. What a catch. Jefferson on a floater. How about Carson Wentz staying in there? Good gravy. They had him dead to rights, and he still got that thing off.
As he throws the ball, I don't know how he got anything on that football, but when in doubt on 3rd down, you're always going to look up Jefferson. Good job of sinking.
Wow.
Finding that soft spot.
That was impressive.
Carson Wentz showing you his strength at 6'5", 237, playing through.
1st down and 10. 1st down and 10. All the way out at the 32. Handoff again is Mason. 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. 2nd and 8.
For the Vikings. There's so much emphasis on Jesse Minter in this Chargers defense. You know, you mentioned in the open, they started 3-0, had a lot of confidence.
Under 13 on the clock.
Matchups in these last 4 weeks with a lot of injuries.
A lot of Vikings fans in the stands. A lot of people with purple on in the stands.
Was most noticeable last week against
North Shore Adventures, welcome in. 2nd down and 8 from a shotgun. Wentz, tight end in motion. Look at the throw, goes right. Addison on the catch, 1st down. No, he got short. He got hit by Jefferson. He's going to be short by about a yard. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1.
Jesse Minter's scheme, it's Kevin O'Connell. He wants to keep the ball.
3rd down.
Especially after last week against Jonathan Taylor. And as I mentioned, Daniel Jones gave up too many explosive 9 plays of 15 yards or more. So the goal tonight.
From the 41. From the 41.
His Vikings offense be consistent in driving the ball into the field. From the 41. 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Play action, about to get hit again. Wentz running for his life, throws off his back foot. That's gotta be. Did he even get it back to the line of scrimmage? I guess they're gonna say yes, so they're gonna give it to him. Wow.
He's right here. He starts to sneak up. He's always near the line of scrimmage. But you can see they
wow.
Nobody's able to pick him up, and Wentz doing everything he can to keep that play alive. But a good job of timing that up by Jesse Minter there on that 3rd down and short.
Minnesota to punt.
Darius Davis back to receive the kick. Ryan Wright.
Ryan Wright, your kicker.
Vikings quickly come to the line.
Watching for a fake. Nope, they are going to kick it. Drives them all the way back to the 18-yard line. 18-yard line looking really good. Cakes was out cutting all of his grass, and he also cut the grass at Sci-Fi Stadium. All the grass is really good. Oh, we got to worry about commercials. All right. Nope. Not going to do that. Good to know I got to worry about commercials tonight. It's so nice doing baseball with the 3D graphics, not having to worry about commercials at all.
The Lexus TX 3-row luxury. A car that doesn't.
Happy Thursday night to everybody.
It's a car that stops short of amazing.
Not a massive game, and as far as the outcome comes, 2 good fan bases, and the Chargers fans and the Vikings fans, but it's not like it's one of these major matchups tonight. Last week was a bigger matchup, and man, I would have loved to have done that game with Cincinnati and the Steelers. That was the end of that was spectacular.
Not checking the Jumbotron.
Spectacular.
Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds.
Maybe we'll get some of that tonight a little later on in this game. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's Subway's new
Maybe.
menu featuring the grilled chicken and avocado,
Sullivan.
35 grams of protein, full serving of veggies, and our Baja Chipotle sauce. All under
Sullivan's out in the living room.
Keep moving with Subway's
Hi, buddy.
fresh fit menu.
Hi.
Eat fresh.
Come here. You gonna lay in here? Go boy. Lay down. Go boy. He's in the building now.
You can check for yourself right at the shelf.
Oh.
Those are on me. Just kidding. You got to pay for
I'm
those.
just gonna slide that up just a hair.
Hey, my tweet today. I don't think they'll take that here. Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me. You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
This Sunday, we need to get every tailgater a Pepsi to amp up the food's flavor.
Why would you throw it?
Sam,
Pepsi does make it taste better.
trying to get with the pork. Maybe a burger?
Nope.
I've seen people who have died.
S'mores. I mean, I'm still trying to adjust this right here. If I do that, I can get a little bit more of it.
Very early. It says here, after the game starts the 9-meter watch. All
right, there we go. A little bit better. Keith Winter, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy.
Friday, come to LA where Herbert and the Chargers going to work from their own 7.
First down and 10, Chargers. Handoff, off tackle. He goes nowhere. Vidali, he goes nowhere. D-Mac, what's up, buddy? Welcome in. Welcome in tonight. Thank you for being here. Keith, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Hey, Herbert to throw the ball for my fantasy league tonight. Throw it, throw it, throw it. And in case you missed it, throw it. Second down and 13 on the loss of 3 on the run by Vidal. Shotgun formation. Look at the throw. Gets hit as he throws. Is he intercepted? Rodgers intercepted him. Is that a touchdown? Is he down by contact? No, it is a Minnesota. Wow.
Pressure there. You can see Metellus walking up, ends up bringing the pressure. That's a hot. He's trying to get the ball out. It's just behind.
Wow, he threw it behind the wide receiver. And that's just not good.
Turnovers. You don't need to challenge this.
There's some great folks here. That's as good a look as you're going to have.
And Terry McCauley is straining to get a better look at this, Terry. Well, meanwhile, Bruce Blake.
Previous play is under review. What's up, Cakes?
Prior to the ball touching the ground. Now he's got to maintain control during and after contact with the ground. And that's that last little bit we see with the ball moving. Does he actually lose control with that right hand? He's good here. He's still good here.
Oh, I don't know. He might have lost control of that while he was on the ground. That's going to be questionable. Greg Lira, welcome in, buddy. Learned that from Geno Smith.
Walk people off, they'll pressure you, they'll walk out. And they do veteran and Justin Herbert.
Let's see what they're going to call. That's a big play in the game right now.
The Minnesota defense is out on the field. Herbert's going to come over to the sideline as everybody looks up.
They got to sit here and wait. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it's incomplete. Here, yeah, they've already told the teams it's incomplete. Take the points off the board. Third down. Anybody new in here tonight for the first time, say hello in the chat. We'd love to welcome you in. Keep hitting those likes.
Looked like he had a pick six, but just unable to secure the ball as he fell to the ground.
Somewhere, Theme Park Giant is moaning and sobbing right now. Theme Park Giant knows it takes a big man to make a tender chicken. Third down and 13. Third down and 13 for Herbert.
Took that one away. Take the Rodgers one away. They want to reset the play clock here at 40. And it's third down and 13 on the Chargers.
Third and 13. Here we go. From the shotgun. Snap. Look at the throw. Pressure coming. Steps up. He's going to run. Throws on a run complete. Allen out to the 32. First down, Chargers.
First down!
He's communicating and making sure everybody's on the same page. But tell us things up.
Soon as he stepped up, Allen was wide open. Wow. That inside Mike just came running right at him and left that easy gap right there. First down and 10. First and 10.
First down the 31-yard line.
Handoff.
Through the middle.
Nothing. Stuffed. Scallywag Steve. What's up, brother? There's a good friend who knows some football.
As aggressive as they come as a defensive coordinator, a lot of people try to mimic his
Good to see you, buddy.
defensive approach. Greg Roman on the other side as a play caller. Boy, they came into this year thinking, okay, we've gotten stronger in the interior. We're going to do a good job of running the football.
Phil Collins, hello, my friend. Second down. 11 roughly. Second down and 11. Shotgun. Tight end in motion. Look at the throw. Single back set. Herbert still stomping like a horse and calling for it. There it is. Gets it off right before he gets hit. And he's going to hit that tight end. Zach Gadsden on a catch. Frank Ear, hello, my man. Good to see you. Doug, I think this microphone changes are working. I feel like I'm seeing pretty good numbers here right now.
He's capable of doing this year, but he is
third down and short coming up. Third down and 2.
a tough matchup, even for a guy like Harrison Smith.
Third down and 2.
They say he's up to 250 pounds now as a tight end.
Shotgun formation. Handoff. Short run. He's got it. First down, Patterson. Contemplate about how peaceful and stress-free this Christmas will be. Oh, my Lord. Thank you, Doug. He's throwing out ornaments. He's throwing ornaments right now. First down and 10. First down and 10.
Still do. Hope to have him back in a few weeks on the IR correctly. What a heck of a job there.
Shotgun formation, first and 10. Just past the 42. Play action. Going to throw a wide receiver screen. McConkey on the catch. Short gain. Short gain. I am devastated, Doug. He's throwing ornaments.
Chargers need more bad news.
Sub it up if you're new, everybody. We're going to try to get to 275 tonight. Sub it up if you're new. We're going to try to get to 275.
There he is right there, the big fella. Came over from Philly. Been playing through some pain to begin with.
Second down and 6. Just shy of midfield. Single back set. Fullback in motion. Play action. Going to throw across the middle. Caught. Gadsden again on the catch. Tight ends getting a lot of love early in the game right now. A lot of love for tight ends. Hello, Go Mini. Welcome in. It's a nice throw. He split some hands right there.
Get the ball thrown down the middle of the field. Didn't take too big a hit there from Ivan Pace, but he's been pressured here early in this game.
He's taking 9 hits per game. Pressure 22 times per game.
Play action handoff straight up the middle, cuts a hole. Vidal on the run, gain of about 6. You got to see a hole, and when you see it, you got to pound it and pound it and pound it mercilessly until you get what you want out of it. Second down and 4. Second and 4.
But like we've talked about, they've had so many injuries up front to the offensive line, to their 2 featured backs that they've had to come up with different ways. But I think they're confident they can get back to run the ball tonight.
Handoff again, got to pound it right up the middle. It's going to be a third down and about 2. Third down and about 2. They're going to mark it 1, 1.5.
I think a big reason they feel more confident. Number one, the Vikings
going under 6 minutes left in the first.
With new personnel on a defensive line. But the other thing is Joe Alt. You can see how big he is. 6'8", 22 pounds.
You can get timed out real quick. Third down and 1. Third down and 1.
Dad John, who's about as big, 13 years in Kansas City. 3rd and 1.
Going underneath. Caught. Big play. We got a flag. Hold on. McConkey on the catch. I don't know what the flag is, though. Is it a late hit?
Dallas Turner, the second-year man out of Alabama.
It is roughing the passer. 15 more on top of it. That may put him inside the red zone. Oh, wow. Helmet to helmet collision right there. That's going to put them 1st and goal at the Minnesota 8. 1st and goal with this. Oh, my God. He launched himself at him. What an idiot.
So the ball now at the 9. It's going to be 1st and goal on the Chargers' opening drive.
1st and goal here. 1st and goal.
Total balance, 5 runs, 6 passes. Vidal with the fullback at lock.
Handoff out the middle. That goes nowhere. That got hit for a loss.
Bernard that time.
Bernard, nice defense for the Vikes.
No respect at all, no concern for anything bouncing outside. I think he saw the formation.
Greg says Vidal needs a touchdown.
No chance for anybody to pick him up. Really good instincts. Has a great first step. Remember, the Chargers have been struggled in the red zone. Only 10 touchdowns.
Chargers have struggled in the red zone. They need to play action here or something. Vidal in the backfield again from the 11. Second and goal. Play action. He's in trouble. He's dancing for his life, and he takes off running. And he got a couple yards out of it. Gets inside the 7. Still going to be 3rd and goal from his 7. There was pressure right from the start.
When he scrambles, he's averaging 12 yards per carry.
Yeah, he gets out of there. He's tough to bring down at 6'6", 236. Watch Bernard again, set the edge.
There was nobody open. I mean, everybody was covered on that.
Really good back-to-back efforts by Bernard. It gives you an idea of how he can be effective against the run and obviously as a pass rusher.
This drive is consumed.
3rd and goal. 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. On the 14th play.
Look at the throw across the middle. Oh, caught. Touchdown. Gadsden, the tight end again. Man, he's having a game.
The officials.
Daniel Berry. There is a late flag. Welcome in, Daniel Berry.
Right where he left off 4 days ago.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Here's your matchup right here. Good job.
Dude's on fire right now.
Good step there to sell it to the outside. That's a matchup you're thinking you're going to win. And then Joe Alt, who again is at left tackle against Bernard. Good spin move to get in towards Herbert. And there's the taunting penalty after he beats him in a one-on-one matchup.
So the taunting penalty is going to be on Gadsden after the play.
Well, you got the Sunday star right there. That could change the offense. You get a tight end like that out of nowhere.
Think about that. This goes from a pick 6 to a 14-play touchdown.
This is a 14-play swap in points here.
about number 86 for Los
That'll be on the kick.
15-yard penalty at the 18, which they left to take it from the 15-yard line to the 30-yard line and kick. It's also this foul counts as a first towards disqualification. The goal of the play is a touchdown.
Okay, so that moves the ball back now.
Moves it back to the 30 for the extra point.
Dicker's setting up for the extra point.
Dicker's a kicker.
A 48-yard extra point. He has not missed a kick, a field goal, or an extra point all season.
Dicker back for it. 4:01 on the clock remaining for this extra point. Kick is up. Dicker's hard and long. And they're saying it went over the upright and just stays in. He got lucky on that one. That stayed in by the balance of the ball. All right, 7-0 here as we play. We'll be right back here in just a quick minute. Where do I got to go? There.
They've got tons of live betting options.
I need to figure out how to bring that over. I got to do that after the game. All right.
Hello, everyone. It's Chris with Park Hopper Choppers. If you're headed down to Central Florida and you need a mobility scooter, give us a call, 407-989-9618. We can bring it right to your resort, right to the park, or right to your Airbnb, no problem. We were voted best mobility scooter rental in Central Florida by my mom. Give us a call.
Rob and Melanie Striffler by Dream Vacations is an authorized Disney vacation planner. Our travel agency's knowledge of Disney products has earned us the distinction of being named an authorized Disney vacation planner. We were given this special designation by Disney as a result of our agency's ongoing focus and commitment to planning customized, magical trips to Disney parks, Disney Cruise Line, and other Disney vacation destinations worldwide.
Sync your chips into the new Monster Menu.
All right. 7-0 here.
The Geico Gecko, I'm like speechless.
Let me see what we got going.
I love how I saved $900 when I switched my car insurance to Geico.
Yeah, you really do get more with Geico. Oh, Geico just makes things fast and easy.
And their customer service reps always know just what I need.
Did you just,
Sorry, just checking a couple things here real quick.
She's mad with power. Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, you can simply arrive or make an entrance. Stick to the agenda or experience something unexpected. With IHG's 20 hotel brands, you can guest how you guest.
Lean on me.
Lean on me. Good song. My Brody Scooter. Yes, Steve. Exactly. So lean. All right, we're getting coming back here. It is going to be the Vikings ball, second time today.
Defensive alerts model uses live player tracking to process tens of thousands of data points, player tendencies, and schemes to display red orbs that identify the most likely blitz threats in a pre-snap. So when you see those red orbs, it's not necessarily a prediction. It's
waiting for the kick here.
Who is the biggest threat? Not in the defensive line, but that second and third level of a defense. Something to keep an eye on.
But it's Brian Flores.
Carson Wentz getting ready to bring him back out again.
What an answer by Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert of this Chargers offense.
So you think about that drive, you had Rodgers with a touchdown, but it was overturned. They made it a 3rd and 13. They converted to Allen and went all the way down the field.
Here's your kick. We got a flag down on it already. 10-20. Stopped at the 23. And who was offsides is the question. Had to be Minnesota offsides or something.
Somebody moved before they should.
The Zebras are going to talk about it.
Gets together with his colleagues and will tell us momentarily who moved first.
Terry, you see this?
Yeah, Kirk, it's the floater at the bottom. He's just out of our screen. He's moving as the kicker's approaching. He can't do that. His feet have to be stationary. Here he comes. Here he comes. And now that the kicker's started, he can't do that. He has to be stationary.
a guy in the face. Illegal formation, receiving team.
Receiving team. 5-yard penalty. Move it back from the end of the run. So ball's going to be on about the 18-yard line.
He's kind of had his mindset go around the fact that he's not going to be the starter either. He's been the backup every place he's been since Philadelphia.
And think about the places he's been, the coaches he's been able to learn from, including Sean McVay, Andy Reid. Got a great attitude about this stage of his career, where he is.
First down and 10. First and 10. Pitch back to Mason. He's going to get hit in the backfield and dropped. He lost 2. No running yet in this game for anybody. They're going to mark it as 1-yard loss, 2nd and 11.
This looks like, as you would expect, a different defense for Justin Benner. Just the energy, the attitude. Perryman coming back last week, a little rusty. He'd been out since week 1 when he hurt an ankle against Kansas City. Khalil Mack, only 12 snaps last week. You're seeing him obviously back. He's such an enforcer in setting the edge.
Khalil Mack is so good. 2nd down and 11. Under center Wentz. Single back set is Mason behind him. Play action. Look at the throw. About to get hit. Gets away. Wentz breaks free. Going to throw on the run. Incomplete. Looking for Addison. How about Wentz breaking free? It's not something you hear.
4 games with an elbow injury. Came back last week and played only 12 of 60.
3rd down and 11. 3rd and 11.
He'll be out there in the majority of the snaps. You see Hopkins, who's had to do a lot of this. Chip, now Steele tries to pick him up with Brian O'Neill out. That is a big loss at right tackle for the Vikings. But give credit to Carson Wentz, another big quarterback, 6'5", about 240 pounds, able to pull away from Khalil Mack.
3rd and 11.
3rd and 11 from a shotgun. Look at his throw. There he goes down. There's your sack all the way back at the 9.
Back at the 9-yard line. Justin Boype comes in for the sack. 2nd-year man out of Alabama.
Finally got to him.
When you have an offensive line that's had the injuries that they've had, you're going to see movement up front. And when you have that kind of movement, it can affect the communication. Donovan Jackson himself.
Yeah, there was nothing they could do about that. They were all over Wentz.
And really the entire pocket just collapses on top of Wentz.
Kick it out of his end zone.
The first one was good for 42 yards. And that one off the side of his foot, but it stays in bounds.
Nice roll for Minnesota. That ball goes all the way down to the it's not San Diego, Los Angeles 40. We got another quick commercial break coming up. Quick commercial break. Appreciate you guys coming in tonight, hanging out with us.
For only $9.99. The more for $9.99 menu for a limited time. Pizza.
Kind of a quiet night on the football team. I was just looking around, a lot of the NFL channels not seeing a lot of love tonight, so could be one of those games, could be the algorithm, I don't know.
Friday.
Never know.
Really big deals. Put your hands together for Eric Scott.
Thank you so much. I got my pajama pants on. I listed here American, just pants. I remember getting pajama day at school. I'm like, why can't we get that at work? When you work from home, this is business casual. Where were these growing up? What I would have given for my dad to wear pants at night.
It's a really big deal. $5.
That's a dumb commercial. I'm sorry. JCPenney. Christmas commercials should be hitting hard soon. I'm ready for Christmas commercials.
It's like needing the expertise of this talking head.
Ready for Christmas commercials.
But getting that talking head.
And I'm Ryan Fitzplastic. You get it because I'm plastic. I'm plastic. I'll introduce you to my beard guy if you like.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Get off me. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Commercials.
I don't know if the world knows this, but kids are expensive. And we found out we were pregnant. Of course, we were looking.
Yep, Christmas tree time.
Making sure we only had what we needed so that everything was less stressful.
If I had it my way, Christmas would be up right now.
Really helped us out a lot.
Came to Spectrum because we were with
They can't get back. They look better early in the year. They did look good early in the year, didn't they?
Money we saved with Spectrum just added to.
I think injuries on the offensive line, Steve, are the big problem for them. They were saying how many people they had in fill-in spots. If you got no time to throw, you're.
For Dan Campbell at least once a week.
Oh, baby.
Gonna work on the beard.
Quite a shot right there as you look at SoFi Stadium.
SoFi Stadium in California.
SoFi. Open 2020, home of the Rams and the Chargers, and a ton of concerts. Taylor Swift has played here.
All right, here we go.
It's a busy joint. Chargers.
Shotgun formation, play action. Look at the throw. Got flags down everywhere. Throws and dropped by McConkey. Let's see what the flags are. Yes, to get through Thanksgiving. I have Christmas up all the way through Thanksgiving. Christmas will go up in my house, unfortunately, late this year. It'll go up November 2nd. It'll be up before I leave for Disney. That's for sure.
Opening drive, and here McConkey. I don't know if the defense. That's just.
What the heck happened? He just let that ball hit him in the face.
Got lost in the lights.
That was awful.
Yeah. Shaking his head as are we. Jared Patterson.
First and five. Handoff up the middle. Short run. Gain of about 3. 2nd and 2 coming up. Yeah, from the start of the holiday season, August, all the way through. It's great 4 months of the year.
Stepping up, being a threat as a runner, then keeping his eyes downfield, making a big conversion there on 3rd down. Here again, they'll show you different looks. Sometimes they blitz, sometimes they.
Thanksgiving's awesome. I love, just the dinner.
Nice touchdown to finish that drive off.
Handoff, 2nd and 1. 1st down and more. Got about 5 on the play. Out near the midfield stripe.
Guys, earlier you saw Chargers right guard Mekhi Becton limping off the field. He hasn't returned. They say he's questionable because of a knee injury.
All right, so that means Foster Sorrell will come in. There he was trying to work through this.
He's shaking his head, and I don't think I can do it.
Not yet, anyway. Final minute of the quarter. First out.
Play action. Look at the throw. Dumps it underneath. Caught. Down inside to the 37. Gadsden having himself a monster game.
It's a nice job of just kind of waiting and being patient. See Joe Alt again inserted back in at left tackle.
Yeah, that's some good stuff there, Go Benny.
It's going to be a heck of a matchup all night with he and 58 going toe-to-toe. We've already saw that in the opening series. Bernard is a handful. Checks out here for his 2nd down play.
2nd down and 3. 2nd and 3. Under center. Handoff up the middle. 1st down and more. Down to the 30. Vidal on the run. And that's going to end the 1st quarter. That's going to end the 1st quarter there.
Number 1 at SoFi. It's the Chargers 7 and the Vikings
7-0.
Big dinner box. 8 wings, 5 breadsticks, 2 pizzas. Big dinner box. 8 wings, 5 breadsticks, 2 pizzas.
9,000 commercials. You know, when Prime started doing this at first, there weren't a ton of commercials. They would stay at the field and you would see more going on. Not anymore. They said, nope, we're selling it. We're selling out.
Who she is. Discover the Neil Lane Desert Diamonds collection. IK.
It's the NBA on Prime.
Tomorrow is our day.
Wow, they're now doing the NBA on Prime. I'll be daggone.
Where the Celtics face Brunson's new blood Knicks. Then our
Interesting.
As Luka and the Lakers try to shut down the relentless drive of Timberwolves. Celtics, Knicks, T-Wolves, Lakers. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
I know what you're thinking. Here's Kristen Bell on a luxurious vacation with her pretend kids. But I'm really here for all the points I get with my City Strata Elite card. I live for a fancy dinner where I don't have any idea what I'm eating. But what I really love, 6 times the points. Just eat your points, sweetie. I love you more than all the stars in the sky. Slightly more than all the points I'm earning. City Strata Elite. Rewards where it counts. That's the point. Deary, it's a beautiful place.
Road Warrior, welcome in.
You happen from time to time.
Yeah.
Do you think somebody could
Gotta do something, right?
come underground?
You're right.
That
Gotta do something.
came back.
It just seems like it's excessive. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Gotta love Jumpin' Jack Flash all night, though.
Kevin, with the Chargers driving again, what are you going to do to stop this offense?
Yeah, we got to try to find a way to get a stop right here. I think we'll settle into the game. You know, had a chance at a pick six there early on. Would have changed the early part, but now we got to respond. Let's football. We got to settle in on offense as well. Throw and catch, get some protection for Carson, and try to get.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10. 1st and 10. Tight end in motion. Ball at the 31 of Minnesota. Play action. Looking to throw. Steps up, takes off running. He's going to get the first down and more. Big run by Herbert inside the red zone.
Back to live action, we talked about Herbert and his scrambling and averaging 12 yards per scramble. Here he goes again for a gain of 18.
And a really good job of feeling the linebackers in depth. But what I want you to watch is off to the left, Vidal, the running back, who helps him out right there with a block of Metellus, giving more room.
1st down and 10 at the Minnesota 13.
Picking up blitzes, picking up blocks downfield, playing well.
Doing a nice job.
Pitch, Vidal. Inside the 10, down to the 7. 2nd down. 2nd down and 6.
Top pick to beat the guys, but they're both hurt. So now it's up to this kid.
And Greg Roman going with Tucker Fisk, 42. You know, it's a monster, 6'4", 285-pound tight end out of Stanford. Scott Matlock out there as well, 300-pound fullback. So that's what you expect from a Greg Roman and Jim Harbaugh offense. We haven't seen a lot of it because of the injuries. We're seeing it tonight.
2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Play action, looking to throw. Herbert rolls to his right, going to run it himself. And I think he got the first down.
Tackled by Eric Wilson. 6.
They're going to call it 1st and goal at the Minnesota 3. Herbert with a big aggressive run.
They start running downhill. It sets up the boot game and the play action game. And Herbert himself, as you can see, he's a tough guy when he takes off and runs the ball, not just on a scramble, but at 6'6", 235 pounds, he's an instinctive runner.
1st and goal. 6 rushes, 1 pass on.
Handoff.
They get a 7th rush. And
Touchdown. Vidal into the end zone.
Clap your hands!
14-0, extra point pending. Vidal, you got your wish, Greg. Vidal into the end zone.
It's amazing what Joe Alt's presence has done for this offensive line, the much maligned offensive line with these injuries. It's helping Zion Johnson, Bradley Bozeman, even with the right side. There's just more continuity, more belief when you have your anchor back in at that left tackle spot.
Cameron Dicker with the extra point.
Dicker buries it. 14-0, 2 minutes into the second.
The Vikings 128-16. And on the scoreboard, it's 14-0. Los Angeles.
14-0. We know we got a timeout coming. We'll hit our things real quick. We'll be right back. Let's see where I need to go.
Whether it's luxury or fun in the sun, Dave's got the tips to make your cruise #1. Tune in, sit back, let's plan your stay on Cantrell Country's Travelway. It's Cantrell Country's Travelway, setting sail on adventure every day. From island south to ocean blue, we got your cruising covered through and through.
If you're looking for bracelets made with love, it's KT Designs and Crafts Company. Does an amazing job with various bracelets from Disney and other content variables. Check out the Etsy shop located right here on the link provided by our moderators. You can get them made today and shipped out to you really quick. KT supports the Pete McDevitt Show, and we say, hey, go out and support KT Designs and Crafts Company, handmade with love. All right, we got a 14-0 game here.
Helps you build a personalized, tax-smart investment strategy. Identify.
Hopefully, it's not a blowout. I don't like blowouts at all. Don't like it for wins, losses, the whole 9 yards.
Because doors were meant to be opened.
You would have lost your shirt so far with this game? Well, that's good. I would have actually done well. I thought the Chargers were going to easily cover tonight. I wasn't sure about the total. Total kind of made me nervous, but I felt good about the Chargers tonight. Too many things were pointing that way.
This time is coming.
Injuries being the key things.
Sophomore year is gonna be lit.
The Chargers off to a rip-roaring start. Meanwhile, Carson Wentz
trying to get his team all fired back up. Caleb Reed, welcome in. Welcome in.
on the ground behind that makeshift offensive line. 55 rush yards, 70 through the air.
They look like a different offense. Really, they've had to adjust from one scheme to another. They've been more shotgun and more throwing the football, spreading defenses out. But with Joe all back in, and see the fullbacks back out on that field. And tight.
All right, waiting for the kick here.
This style of offense with run and
boom, there it is. Collected at the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, out to the 30. Still dancing. Going to go down right there. Vikings will start off at the 30-yard line.
To tune up on Carson Wentz's NFL gigs. The second overall pick in 2016. His time with Philly ended in 2020. After that, it was stops in Indianapolis and Washington, followed by stints here in LA and Kansas City as backups to Matthew Stafford and Patrick Mahomes. And with his opportunity in Minnesota, Wentz is the first quarterback in NFL history to start a game for 6 different teams in 6 straight seasons. Talk about true roadie, right?
I've been everywhere, man.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Minnesota.
30-yard line for the Vikings to start this drive.
Shotgun formation, looking to throw. Deflected and knocked away from Jefferson. 2nd down and 10. Yoo-hoo. Welcome in, Yoo-hoo.
And he was having an MVP kind of season in 17. Who knows what would have happened?
I don't know about super tough. They're not bad. I don't think they're elite, but I don't think they're. I think they're kind of just above average. A lot of people have been scoring some points from Minnesota this year. 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10. Jones, solid run. 5 yards on the run. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Powered by AWS. See the pressure for the 6 dropbacks. He has been pressured. I noticed in that opening series, there's so much pressure. His eyes, instead of looking downfield, reading coverage, he's looking and concerned about that pocket collapsing on him. 7 different.
3rd and 5. 3rd and 5.
So it's not just Khalil Mack. It's across the board.
Chargers have 11 first downs, and Minnesota has 1. 3rd and 5. In the pocket to the outside.
Quick outside to Jefferson. That is caught. That's going to be a first down.
First down, their second. How about that ball?
That was a nice throw right there and catch. Real nice.
He sees the matchup, but he gets hit as he releases that ball. He couldn't have handed that to Justin Jefferson any better.
There's every bit of a 12 or 14-yard catch. Now they're going to mark it, say 10 yards. Okay. That was a little off. 10-yard catch for Jefferson. Changing the play at the line. Changing the play at the line. Pitch. Jones. He got hit right away. Still got 4 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Go back to the previous play on the first down. Remember the pressure we talked about, but as he followed through on that helmet, the backside, it looked like Khalil Mack. You see right away his reaction. That is painful. You see it in super slow motion. It's one thing.
Quilek, what's up, my friend? Welcome in.
You hit that helmet. He's got the left shoulder and now the right hand.
2nd down and 6. 2nd and 6. Throws caught. Jefferson first down. Inside the 40. Nice throw and catch. First down, Jefferson on the play.
It's good to see 18 hitting the ball here when he gets into a rhythm. Obviously, this offense really can take off. See salt coverage, able to just take the inside, easy glance route, on time, out in front. Hopefully, this will get Wentz and his offense into a rhythm.
First down and 10. Ball at the Charger 40. Play action, looking to throw, dumps it to the back on a wheel route.
Scampers out at the 37. Back we go to Haley.
Scampers out of bounds, short gain.
Trying to get something cooking while the Chargers secondary is piecing it together. Safety Derwin James is questionable to return to the game with an ankle injury. His backup, Tony Jefferson, also questionable because of a hamstring injury. So you've got the rookie R.J. Miggins in that safety spot.
That's big news. James has played every snap this season until now.
And Mickens, along with the rest of some of those younger safeties last week.
2nd down and 8. 2nd and 8.
And affected them against the Eagles.
2nd and 8.
Look at the throw. Tip drill, incomplete. Wow, almost picked and almost caught off the tip. There's a whole lot going on right there.
Perryman doing this is his experience. Watch him dart out. He's going to the slot receiver. He's just in a foot race to get out, to get underneath that football. So he shows blitz, full sprint to get out underneath.
3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8.
Just unable to hold on to that interception.
3rd and 8. Mason is the back.
Changing the play at the line. Calling for it now. Looking for it on a hot. Dumps it underneath. Mason tackled right away. 4th down. It's going to be a long field goal.
So 4th down and 5 now. They've got a great kicker. Reichert's terrific. This game featuring 2 of the best in the league. So he comes in for a 54-yard attempt.
54-yard effort from Reichert.
His only miss this year was when he hit a wire with the camera in London.
Kick is up, and wow, dude buried it. Holy cow, nice field goal. Put it right through. 14-3. Just under 9 minutes left and a half.
This is my castle now.
Just under 9.
What you expect to return? Partnership.
Mayor of Kingstown. New season starting October 26th on Paramount Plus.
Okay, Brian, craziest touchdown. Nice and snags. They start running like he's double parked. What does a play like that do to the locker room?
Music City Miracle is crazy.
That's it. Where's Shaq? Is Shaq available? Yeah, because he's not going to say it's everything. Or if he did say it, he'll go.
Anybody new in here for the first time tonight? Say hello in the chat. We'd love to welcome you in.
The crown is yours. Carne asada is back Chipotle. It's our best steak ever.
Fresh, no bad stuff.
With garlic.
Cumin, coriander, it's super tender.
Tasty. People love it, and it's so good with our new veg mixture. You're gonna want to put it on everything. It's 10 out of 10 flavors.
10 out of 10 flavors.
ServiceNow connects every corner of your business, putting AI to work for people.
Every corner.
Every corner, Nick. So, Kate, in the job, hey, Kate, can focus on people, not process. Patty in IT is using AI agents to deal with the small stuff so she can work on the big stuff. AI helps GM solve customer problems before they're problems.
Oh, so we all work better together.
My work here is done.
Excuse me. Which way back? You're home for the holidays. You've
Seeing all these commercials with all this snow in it. Wondering when that's going to happen. When's it going to start snowing?
Hey, kiddo, I'll be right there.
At least you can get a deal on new shorts for Dad. Something with a little.
Wonder who in our country will get the first snow. Maybe it'll be our friends from Canada. Don't know. I don't think it's cold enough for down here for a while. Wouldn't surprise me if we don't see any snow down here till late December or January thing. Ravens and the Dolphins next week on Thursday Night Football. Ravens and the Dolphins next week on Thursday Night Football.
We hope, fingers crossed. Yep. Baltimore, Miami next Thursday night.
What a start tonight for the Chargers. Especially after the way their defense.
Yeah, I'm looking all the way through
To kick off, we got
November. And it's in the 50s all the way through November. Mark F., what's up, buddy? At the 10, at the 20, 25. First down there.
Kamani Vidal is a great story. He got a cut at the end of camp, and so coming back as a practice squad guy, he's activated week 6, and take advantage of an opportunity. Their top 4 backs are out, so it's up to him. He's doing a little bit of every day. Running the football, low center of gravity.
Nice run, that last touchdown run. Mark F. is killing it in our, him and Debbie and several others killing it in our Two Truths and a Lie on Wednesday nights.
Greg Roman has it working tonight.
First down and 10. First down and 10. Chargers with the ball again. Starting at their 25. Play action. Look at the throw. Pressure coming. Gets it off. Caught. There's that tight end again, Gadsden. That's every bit of a 30-yard play. 40 yards on the pass play. 40 yards.
For 78 yards, that one good for 41.
Wow, Gadsden having himself a monster day.
It's a great blitz pickup, and now you're looking working from the backside. Herbert felt that pressure, stepped up, and Gadsden, believe it or not, I think he got lost in coverage.
For those of you that are our Disney friends, if you go into my upcoming streams, you will see on Tuesday we have a brand new spanking laid out show. The thumbnail is up for it. Brand new show on Tuesday night. Well, I should say reinvigorated. Reinvigorated show for Tuesday nights. You got a freeze warning. Wow. Messy. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that.
6'5", 250, gaining confidence every week, and I think more importantly, those wide receiver skill sets makes it so tough to match up the safety.
Second and 11.
Look at the throw. He's got time. He's got all day because he had an offsides. And he's going to hit Allen for a first down. They'll probably take result of the play. Hello, Jennifer Caruso. Welcome in.
be a free play and a first down.
So starting next Tuesday night, it's going to be 7 o'clock on Tuesday nights, Ryan. The brand new show is called the Clubhouse Crew Live. Clubhouse Crew Live, Tuesday nights. If you look up there, the brand new thumbnail is up with all the new logo, new graphics. The thumbnail is up. Main Street Paul, welcome in. Miss Caruso, welcome in. Mark F. just came in. Good to see a lot of good friends in here with us tonight. Watching a little bit of ball. Hey, Alamania, how you doing, buddy? Hit Alan, I'm offended. What's up, Alamania? Been a bit. Good to see you. Yes, Paul, if you go into my upcoming streams, you'll see all the games. Never have to ask. Just look at our upcoming streams. You can see everything up there. Absolutely. Oh!
Hitting his face. He shook that off pretty good.
The lineman ran right into a referee, almost knocked him over.
First down at the
Nice, Ryan. Yeah, it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time.
7 minutes to play in the opening half.
First down and 10. Herbert's going to get sacked. He waited too long. Waited too long. He got sacked.
So they finally get to Herbert. He's been sacked now 21 times this season, in addition to all those pressures and hits you just talked about.
That's going to bring up second down and really long. I don't know why ESPN keeps running ads like crazy. Second down and 17 coming up. Second and 17.
He's got speed. It gives you an idea of Bernard. He's been working from the left. That time coming up on the offensive right side. Able to chase him down. Almost knocked the ball out.
Second and 17.
Second and 17. Shotgun. Look at the throw. And he had a screen and just throws it into the ground. At his running back or his tight end's feet. He didn't like the screen. Third and 17 coming up. Third and 17. Man, if Minnesota can get a stop here, that's big for them. That's big for them if they can get a stop.
Flores, head coach of Miami a few years back, really found his niche in Minnesota.
Third and 17, looking way down the field. Gets it off, incomplete. No flags anywhere. They're going to punt. They started off on a house of fire, but man, there. Wow.
With that, how do you communicate with some backup offensive linemen? That time it was Sorrell, the right guard, who's imperfected. And then they play man coverage on the back.
That's good defense by Minnesota right there. Got to be honest.
49-yard attempt. For years, the Chargers were a mess in terms of trying to find a place kicker. And then they came upon this guy.
They're going to try a long field goal here. Dicker, the kicker, is going to go long. Here comes Dicker. Wide left. Wide left.
There goes the perfect season.
There goes the perfect season for Dicker, the kicker. He yanked it. All right, we'll be right back here in just a minute. Hey, in the mornings, when you're getting up in the morning, looking for something to do, go check out my man Disco Doug in the morning with Coffee Talk. He's phenomenal with what he does.
Come check out the Zip-a-Dee-Doo Doug YouTube channel. Start your week right with Coffee Talk. Doug and Scallywag Steve for Disney news and what Disney YouTube creators are live for the day. Need a midweek pick-me-up? Hump Day Hangout is your go-to for hilarious banter, games, and the perfect escape from the workweek blues. And join Monorail Molly, Kelsey Elizabeth, and Doug for Shade Room Runway for the latest styles, fierce looks, and a runway show you won't want to miss. Whether you're looking for a laugh, a dose of inspiration, or just a good time, come check out the coolest YouTube channel out there, Zip-a-Dee-Doo Doug.
Hi there, my name is Allie from Cinder Allie Loves Disney. On my channel, I share Disney pins, items from my collection. I do unboxings, movie reviews, Disney park vlogs, and more. We have so much fun. Be sure and stop by and say hi. Let me know you heard about me from the Pete McDivitt Show. And as always, make it a Disney day.
Coming back in. 14-3, Vikes getting the ball back.
Like 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. So the PIN and the Prostate Cancer Foundation will encourage you to get screened.
Checking this here.
The PIN is donating to cancer research with select purchases.
I always like to keep up with all the socials and stuff going on.
I want to go there. What sort of trust does this thing have on it?
Co-pilot, that's
Thank you, Debbie, for dropping those in.
writing about myself. Help me turn my portfolio into a bio.
Inspired by her cat Ziggy, Jenna's work is a contrast of sturdy form and wild color.
I like that. How about that hat? Let's talk about that chair.
Do you see what I'm highlighting?
Check into your computer. Can you show me how?
Show me that visual.
Hope everybody's having a good night tonight.
What would you like me to do next?
Fun Thursday night football.
The Chargers defense.
Now that we can actually start getting into it as baseball is winding down.
They were the league's best scoring defense, allowing fewer than 18 points per game. This year, that number's ballooned to over 23 points per game, and the 38 put up by Indy on Sunday were the most that they have given up under Jim Harbaugh. Teams have been gashing the Chargers on the ground. Their last 5 opponents have averaged.
Past 41 yards. So they're averaging only 3 overall.
All right, here we go.
Here after this field goal to the 39-yard line. Start on the ground, gain of 4. Jordan Mason. Flag down.
Flag down on the play. Welcome in, Seattle. Seattle Flights, welcome in. Holding. First down holding. Going to move it back. Redo the play.
To his outside. So he's lined up here, then he works outside. You can see Jackson came down, and then because he went the other way, he had to work around to try to keep him away from the back, and in doing so, he held on to him.
First down and 20 for Minnesota. First down and 20.
On the Vikings.
Quick dump out to Jefferson. Short gain, maybe 3 yards.
But the defense that Canada is talking about and how they've looked a lot better, I think it starts.
Second down at about 17.
Get off some blocks. This defensive line struggling to get off blocks. They can run on a lot these last 4 games, but it's been a different story. You can see they talk about Perryman being back, Matt playing a lot.
Man, Los Angeles is tackling tonight. Second and 17. Second and 17.
Number 2, kind of a influence there in the back end.
The Vikings are saying you've got a problem. Sarah's out of the game.
Look at the throw. Dumps it. Caught across the middle. Jefferson with a big catch. It's going to be about third down and about 2. That was a 15-yard catch for Jefferson.
Again, when it's third down, you're trying to find the middle of that defense with the safety split. There's your rookie Mickens who comes in. See how he just throws him into that open hole in that zone defense. Good job of getting it out early again so he can get down and protect himself and get a real shot.
Third and 2. Third and 2.
He has over 8,000 yards now for their receiving yards. Second fastest in 8,000 NFL history. Exceeded only by Lance Allred, the great Charger of days of yore. Third and 2.
Pressure coming from the inside. Batted up in the air, incomplete. Wentz looks like he's hurt. He's holding his shoulder.
He's only played a couple of snaps this season.
Fourth down, and Wentz going off the field, holding his whole body together. What happened there?
It's still on the blitz 29. Watch after he throws it. He goes up, and I don't know if he's trying to work to get to that ball. Whatever happened.
Whatever he did, he hurt his shoulder again. And he's in real pain.
And cleared injured.
Edward, welcome in.
No question. He goes to the bench. The punt right now with rights and
here's the punt. Los Angeles getting it back with 4 minutes, taking it to 15 at 20, tackled it to 23, and of course we got flags down. Laundry on the field.
So McCarthy's in uniform, and he's the emergency quarterback tonight. They want to keep him out at least for a little longer. So they would have to go to Max Rosemary, rookie out of Minnesota, if Wentz can't come back out.
They're all over checking him out. He's obviously grimacing. He is in a lot of pain here. I mean, you can already see the brace.
Holding, CBT number 36.
Holding on Los Angeles. That ball is going to be placed on the 6-yard line to start this drive. And of course, we got a television timeout as usual.
This is a
television timeout.
This is a not flash. This is a hot flash. This is not. If you have hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause, ask about Veosa, the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment.
Appreciate everybody being in here tonight, hanging out with us.
Due to menopause, so you can have fewer.
Why does my thing keep doing that? Stop that.
Reduces the number and severity of hot flashes day and night. Veosa can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veosa and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veosa if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about more not flashes with hormone.
6-yard line. They got to go 94 yards on this drive.
I haven't achieved
94.
They've always been about more than just football. Even as a kid, I wanted to get my money right and have the financial freedom to support the next generation of athletes, just like my family supported me. I joined SoFi because they helped millions of members earn more money, save more money, borrow better, and invest for their ambitions. Join the generational blend. SoFi, get your money right.
With bugs, the struggle is real. That's why you need Zevo traps. Zevo works 24/7 to lure, catch, and kill 99.9% of bugs traps for effortless.
All right, we should be on our last set of commercials right here.
There's a lot of things that I wish I could have changed, but I wouldn't be me. When you looked at Allen Iverson, he was a culture changer.
That's what this documentary is going to be. I ain't heard about it.
Amazon Music Live kicks off season 4. Nominated artist Shabuzi. Tune in right here on Prime Video when he ends.
Shabuzi tonight after the game. Okay.
Park Observatory here in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, Wentz is up and a little bit of a smile. So, Floyd McCown hoping he can get back into the game. Looks like he will.
First down and 10. Here we go. Handoff. Vidal, couple yards, not much, maybe 3. Neil, welcome in.
He spoke with doctors, but there was no formal exam. Just yesterday, he told us he felt good enough to play in this game as he was dealing with managing a pain in that left shoulder. But he is wearing a more stabilizing shoulder brace tonight compared to what he was wearing just 4 days against the Eagles. Tonight's brace includes range restricting straps on the front and back side of that non-throwing shoulder.
So look at it there.
Shotgun formation, single back set. Looking to throw, pressure coming. Dumps it underneath, caught. Short gain. Harris on the catch, not much on it though. 3rd down and 5, 3rd and 5.
6'3", 210 out of Ole Miss, so a good target for Herbert to find. But you got to, this offense, near the end of this first half.
Hey, bud, how are you? Good. 3rd and 5, 3rd and 5.
Chargers will get the ball when we start the second half.
Caught. First down. Allen on the catch. 2:40 on the clock and counting.
It really is. He's so good at being patient. Always has been throughout his entire career. And just kind of waits for Gatson to clear. He's got man coverage. Ball's low and away, exactly where it needs to be for the first down. But a good job of identifying the matchup for Herbert to get that first down.
Herbert now 11 out of 14 for 133.
Yeah. Look at the throw. Pressure coming. Got all kind of time. Throws on the run. Caught. McConkey outside the 30 to the 34. That's going to be the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning.
New Balance. We got now. We put it through the worst.
All right.
So you get its best. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality.
Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X Business Club.
Sorry, I'm just continuing to check these things over here.
To meet our business needs. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. What's in your wallet?
Reese's.
Anybody brand new in here for the first time tonight, say hello. We'd love to welcome you in. First game for the World Series is tomorrow night. We will be there.
There's no better time to start. Think of all the joy you'll find when you leave the world behind and bid your cares goodbye. You can fly, you can fly.
That's a nice Disney commercial. I haven't seen that one before. Different one.
At Little Caesars, you'll always score more. More flavor, more favorites, more deals. That's why Little Caesars is proud to be the best value in pizza. Scoring the most on the field was Saints wide receiver Rashid Shaheed, catching a deep ball from quarterback Spencer Rattler and outracing Giants safety Tyler Newman for an 87-yard touchdown reception.
All right, let's go with the highlights here.
Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
Well, our illustrious halftime crew that deserted us went up to 405 and went to the new studio in Culver City. There they are. That's where they will do the halftime show from. Coming up at halftime. And there's Wade with the basketball. You think he?
I think he played, yeah.
Well, both time to play. Yeah, he's good. Yeah. Back we come now. It's first and 10. Chargers.
First and 10. Here we go. Stepping up the throw. It's going to take off and run. First down and more across midfield as Herbert with a big first down.
And once again, Herbert leading this team in rushing. 44 yards. They could for 18.
Watch the two linebackers worry about receivers. Nobody there to account for Herbert. He's threatened with his legs. More often than not, threatened to throw. Last time, kickoff, he got yards.
Look at the throw. Herbert's going to take off and run again. Gain of about 8. He's just running full right now.
This week, one of the first things you told him was, hey, man, you're pretty good at this scrambling thing. Why don't you do it a few more times? It's like, middle number. Got it. Thanks, Hal.
Got it. We're back in 30 seconds.
Timeout. 30 second.
AT&T's been carrying America's calls since 1870.
Oh, that's a good point there for you, Greg. I get that.
You can
I get that.
T-Mobile is the master of breaking promises. While T-Mobile stays caught up in on treats, AT&T keeps building what matters. America's most.
Yeah, time goes by kind of quick, you know. You turn around, it's just moving along.
Strong signal, nothing better. Show off who's fighting through some pain tonight. Hasn't played for the last 3 games. Gets rolled up on here. It's every lineman's worst fear for the inside. Jonathan Allen gets pushed out. Keep an eye on that right ankle. You can see it right there. Kind of gets stuck underneath. He came up from that, limping a little bit, but he's still in the game.
And it's second down and 3.
Second down and 3. Second and 3. Cross the middle, caught. McConkey on the catch again. That's another gain of 15 more yards. Hello from Molly Enzich. Hello. Welcome in. Good to see you. First and 10. Shotgun, going to throw. Herbert down the sideline. Oh. Allen tried a circus catch. That didn't work.
Second down and 10.
Where he throws a pretty ball downfield with the velocity and the way he has the ability to carry it anywhere on the field. Every receiver is in play. You know, they'll times.
We're just seconds away from halftime.
And then other times they get into a 2-minute offense. They can spread you out. 53 and a third. More quality. Stretch defensively. Out the press.
Make Mike happy right off the bat. Shotgun, going to throw. Down the sideline he goes. Got a man. Touchdown. San Diego. The San Diegans are happy. I know. They're in L.A., but they're still San Diego to me. Big play down the sidelines. 27 yards to McConkey. Wow, nice catch.
The last 3 plays win, and that time just won a one-on-one matchup that Jeffrey Acuda went right by him.
Think there'll be a point after.
Extra point's good. 21-3 at halftime.
94 yards, 3 runs, 6 passes, and the Chargers were up 21-3.
This one could get out of hand quick.
When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and one of the greatest things about
We got 45 seconds left in the half, everybody. 45 and a half.
Only one to sell wings. You know what they're saying out there? They're saying the quarterbacks are scrambling, apparently, to sell eggs. Oh, Baker Mayfield's a bread influencer.
Those big comments.
You know, football is not employed to sell food. When football makes you hungry,
Monroe Motley cannot tag. She says hello to everybody.
What a half for Herbert. 14 of 18 for 191 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Chargers.
Herbert's got 191 yards and 2 touchdowns. He could get me 300 tonight. I got him as one of my fantasy starters. So I'd be good for that.
Now we see Carson Wentz with that left shoulder. Last time we saw him, he was grimacing in pain. Talking to Josh McCown, his quarterback coach and former teammate. 45 seconds left, 3 timeouts remaining.
The heck kind of kick was that? That's a penalty. That'll go right to the 45-yard line. That was horrible.
That's where they'll take over here. They have all of their timeouts.
You're starting at the 45. You got all your timeouts. You got a chance to get in field goal range.
Back to start the second half.
The kick failed to reach the landing zone. It bounced at the 41-yard line. Therefore, it's Minnesota's ball at the 41-yard line. First down.
That's what we call a swing and a miss there.
Foul tip.
That's a big swing and a miss.
he's getting the field goal range. It's something that happened before the end of the half where he's down by 18.
Here we go, 1st and 10.
Was wincing when we last saw him come off the field.
Hawkinson in motion. Shotgun, looking to throw. Cross the middle, caught. Addison at the 43. They'll call a timeout immediately.
38 seconds.
Hey, go back to this touchdown. Theo Jackson was so concerned with Keenan Allen. You might be wondering, why is he slow playing? Why isn't he working to the outside to worry about Ladd McConkey? It's because his eyes are on 13. He's concerned about the potential, and they were kind of bracketed with his eyes, worried about maybe an option route or inside route, so they're willing to leave McConkey on an island with Jeff Okudah. And McConkey makes a...
Quentin Johnson has been on the field. I don't know, Keith. I don't remember calling his name at all. Let me say that.
Able to get Addison involved. That was his first reception. He is a really good option if you pay too much attention to Justin Jefferson.
Shotgun looking to throw 1st and 10. Pressure coming. He's going to go down. It's another sack for Los Angeles.
Daphne Olway, who came over a couple of weeks ago in a trade for Louis Gilman to the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, how great would it be for Jesse Minter and this defense? And he just keeps coming on, getting better and better. Good job at using his hands, gets that offensive tackle.
Big sack there. 2nd down and 11.
Baltimore knows what to do in these kind of situations. I think it's just a matter of just getting more comfortable with his surroundings.
Makes sense, Keith. Yeah, I don't remember calling his name yet at all.
Second timeout taken. Minnesota 2nd down and 11 with 32 seconds.
2nd down and 11, 32 seconds.
Justin Jefferson to be able to make a play for you. He's down at the bottom, isolated by himself.
Look at the throw. About to get him again. Another sack. Is that the 4th sack of the game, I think? Wow. 3rd down and 18 coming up. 3rd and 18.
But watch the athletic ability. Moves inside, works around, shows the patience, and Wentz, I mean, love to see.
They just pinned their hairs back and went right at him.
Get the ball out. You can't take this sack. Not only you got to use another timeout, you can throw their back and out of field goal range.
Final timeout, 26 seconds.
Final timeout, 26 seconds on the clock.
The Chargers have flipped it. The striker warms up. They were down 23-3. We're out of the game after halftime last week against the Colts, and now they're up 21-3. 3rd and 18.
Third and 18. Pressure coming. Gets it off to Jefferson. They got to rush it up there and try to kick the field goal real quick. They've got no timeouts.
Yes, it's 4th and 1. Set up the field goal attempt.
Field goal attempt to end the game, or end the half. Up, and it is no good. Just short. Wow.
The accuracy, but not the distance. And that's the half. That's the way it ends. Chargers get the second half kickoff.
Chargers will get the ball at the second half. Just what the Minnesota Viking fans wanted to hear.
Like you with your driver, I think he hit the ground instead of hitting the ball clean. He hit the ground first.
What else is going? Yep.
See that? Right behind it.
21-3. The Chargers on top, missing by that much. Halftime show today.
Halftime here, everybody. Halftime here. If you're going to roll out and go somewhere else, get something to eat, do whatever, hit us up with a like before you leave. Subscribe if you haven't already. As we're just going to hang out here during halftime.
Go to Amazon.com/Grubhub. Activate your free Grubhub Plus membership and start ordering with $0 delivery fees on Grubhub.
Doug's going to drop some stats in there. Herbert's having himself one heck of a game. Throw in the white towel, Greg says.
Slow? Yeah, I know a thing or two about that. And slow's good when it comes to a progressive disease like CKD. Jardiance is a once-daily pill proven to slow the progression of CKD and reduce the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis. Serious
halftime, counting it down. The good thing is we got the timer on the screen, so we know how long we've got.
Stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired, and pain, tenderness, swelling.
4 to 18 on first downs.
Allergic to Jardiance.
Oh my God.
You have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash.
That is horrendous.
You may have increased risk for lower limb loss.
Horrendous.
If you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
You could say, I like taking it slow. And with CKD, slow is the way to go.
Should be going over the recap here on screen in just a minute.
Chronic kidney disease today.
I have some, Grandma?
Can I have your youth?
Sure.
Commit to the Skittle. Keep eating. You live here now.
Best day ever. Commit to the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
It is not the man who commands the field.
Still better than the Raiders.
Who deserves our highest praise.
Tough call there.
Out of the arena.
They've had some rough games this year.
Those who offer their hand with no.
I hate any blowouts. I don't feel good on the winning side. I don't feel good on the losing side. Either way, 50% of the people watching are not happy. Never enjoyable for me.
Welcome everybody to the State Farm Halftime Show. Well, both teams came in needing a win, and the Chargers have dominated this one from the start. Ladd McConkey's 27-yard touchdown gave them a 21-3 lead.
I don't know what they're going to have to talk about at halftime.
We welcome you to Stage 11, the brand new Prime Sports Studio. It'll be the home of the NBA starting tomorrow night, but right now we're helping them.
Prime Sports Studio, wow. They built a whole studio for football and basketball. How about that? Prime.
We were able to say welcome inside the studio here. Well, Fitz, I want to start with you. Christian Darrisaw only played 9 snaps. He's out. Carson Wentz came into this game wearing that brace on his left arm. Doesn't look comfortable. He hit his hand on a helmet earlier in the game. A lot of things going on here. This offense has not found a rhythm. How can they change that in the second half?
Yeah, and we were wondering if Brian O'Neill was going to be able to play, and he's not in there either. So missing both your tackles. They haven't been able to run the ball, which makes it really tough on the quarterback. Carson Wentz, tough as nails, but he's been sacked.
They haven't been able to run the ball at all. It's only 3 sacks. I thought it was 4. Only 3 sacks.
Multiple times, and he's slow to get up there.
Let me check fantasy and see what I got going on.
There's J.J. McCarthy jumping on the sideline there. They got to get some rhythm into this, and it's going to have to come through the passing game. The problem is, you saw it at the end there, the Chargers can just pin back their ears and come after them because they're not able to run the ball.
And this is a Chargers defense, by the way, that's without Derwin James. He's questionable to return. Mekhi Becton, he's questionable.
58 points for the Chargers defense. I'll take it.
Yeah, they're not executing, and they keep shooting themselves in the foot every time they do get a positive play. They had the.
I will take it.
Was a test of things to come because he had the penalty to holding call. So you just hope things get better in the second half.
Wait, for the Chargers though, they're finding a rhythm and they're moving the ball. What are you seeing from them here?
Joe Alt's back, baby. I mean, we talked about it in pregame. When you got this offensive line, you get Joe Alt back, the guy who was playing at a Pro Bowl level to start the season.
Oh, what do I got over here? I got the quarterback.
He looks comfortable and back. Obviously, there's some rust you got to knock off in these games. 24 pass attempts for him as the left tackle. He's only giving up one pressure. Mr. Herbert sure looks happy to have his left tackle back. He's using his legs a lot.
Wentz has got to start just throwing the ball, making completions. He's got to try to do something.
You look at them, 7 different personnel groupings in the first 22 plays.
Yeah,
And that he has not done yet.
Been showing up the last couple of weeks. Rondé Gatson, that rookie tight end, has come out of nowhere and given this team something that they drastically needed, a tight end presence over the middle. This guy just gets down the middle, makes great catches. Remember, he's a former receiver, so you know he's got good hands, but he's gained a little weight, now becomes a tight end, and he has been a go-to guy for Justin Herbert. Remember last week, this guy had 164 yards in one game as a rookie, which something hadn't been done in over 10 years in the NFL. So he's off to a tremendous start over these last 3 games, and something they're going to build on as they keep going throughout the rest.
Yes, a season high first half points and yards for the Chargers. All right, after TNF, be sure to stick around.
Casey Lewis, welcome in. Wentz is not good. Well, he's at the end of his career, but he's got to do something tonight if he wants to keep in this game. Welcome in, Casey Lewis.
He'll be bringing the country beat to the stage after the game, and we will be right back.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like
Commercial break here. We're down to 5 minutes on halftime. 5 minutes remaining.
Where do we even get this guy?
Kevin Barnes, Pete, Franklin Elementary.
Okay, stop. Guys, actually, the city ordinance.
Come on, get ready.
You think they're not to make the team?
No.
This is a good commercial.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor.
That's a good commercial. I'll give State Farm that one.
Only at Chili's is now available with the all-new Big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless.
That looks like a good sandwich.
So if you're McDone with tiny, overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Too many pickles on that thing, though.
America's most trusted paint brand.
We don't have Bear.
Well, with Bear, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More?
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Bear quality at an everyday low price. Available at the Home Depot.
Neighbor has their Christmas. Well, we got a couple people in our Disney community that have their trees up already.
Early in the second quarter, Justin Herbert in the red zone, scrambling, getting hit, and fighting to pick up the first down. Chargers punched it in on the very next play, using those legs, as you mentioned, Whit. All right, the second half is coming up next. We're getting excited, though. NBA on Prime starts tomorrow night, and look who's downstairs. It's our very own Taylor Brooks and her new teammates. Hi, guys.
Hey, that's right, Carissa. Here with some legends. We got UD Steve, Dirk, and Blake. Blake, you're in your new home. You know your way around now. Do you have a favorite?
Blake Gifkin, Dirk Nowitzki.
I gotta be honest, Taylor, it was my chair upstairs. Whit's been sitting in it, and I saw him adjust the lumbar support. Lumbar. So I gotta get a new chair now. Welcome to the studio, Whit. Thanks for using my chair.
He's keeping it warm, UD. You have been watching this game, and you have thoughts. Who's winning? What adjustments need to be made?
I'll say Minnesota, so I'm going to stick with Minnesota. But I'm a Brian Flores guy from his time in Miami. I'm going to need him to dial up the pressure just a little bit. You know, Herbert looks a little too comfortable back there.
They're really pushing for all the sports now with Prime.
Maybe some quick passes, loosen him up a little bit so you can get Justin Jefferson free. So
Get him upstairs on his own.
That's my teammate.
Hard-nosed football.
That's it, Carissa. We're going to have some fun a little later.
See you in a bit. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Taylor. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night. Rodney Harrison becomes the 36th player and first safety inducted.
Rodney Harrison in the Chargers Hall of Fame. Wow. I didn't know they did that at halftime. Rodney Harrison going to the Chargers Hall of Fame. She decorates the other. I know people that do that too. Yeah. Some people like to do that. That's not my thing, but to each their own is what I believe there. To each their own.
All customers get a profit boost every NFL game day. FanDuel, play your game.
Eczema isn't fair, and it isn't your fault. But with Eclipse, people with moderate to severe eczema can have real results.
I get it.
Feel more clear at 1 year.
All right, we are under 2 minutes to the third quarter. And again, the Chargers receive the ball for the kickoff. They go down and score. This one may be out of hand.
a live vaccine when treated with Eplis. Before starting Eplis, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection.
This one could get out of hand.
I don't know if the world knows this, but kids are expensive. And we found out we were pregnant. Of course, we were looking for any ways to slash bills and making sure.
We'll put our Christmas up in November 2nd. That way it'll be up for 2 months. That'd be good to go.
Because we were with AT&T before, and Spectrum just had
Pacers are in a good game over there. 6 minutes left in the fourth, back and forth. NBA getting really kicked off now.
Visit spectrum.com/save. New Blue Buffalo Love Made Fresh lets you make Chuck's meals how he loves them most, with freedom to mix fresh and dry. It's the natural ingredients you trust for superior nutrition. New from Blue Buffalo, it's love made fresh. You don't want to waste your precious downtime searching. No, with your hectic schedule, your TV time is sacred. Fire TV helps you make the most of it. More time for you time. This broadcast is...
All right, there we go. There's the under a minute announcements. I know we're getting close.
Pictures, descriptions, or counts of the game without the consent of Vinicom Productions is prohibited.
Week 8 of the NFL season continues Sunday on CBS and Fox, followed by Sunday Night Football as the Packers face the Steelers on NBC. Then Week 8 concludes with Monday Night Football as the Commanders square.
Commanders and Chiefs and Monday Night Football.
Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
Where's my Thanksgiving? Right here in this chair. Right here in this wheelchair is where it'll be.
Week 8 of the NFL season starts tonight at SoFi Stadium, home of the Los
Right here.
Chargers, who take the field.
All day calling football.
Touchdown, Gadsden.
Whoa, whoa.
Rush and make it a touchdown. Over and over, out in front, hold in, touchdown. Halftime at SoFi, all Chargers at this point. LA on top by a score of 21-3 over the Minnesota Vikings. Beginning of Week 8, the season, 5th time that the Vikings have been held without a first half touchdown. Last week against Indy, Gadsden, 7 catches, 164. Fourth most full time by a rookie tonight. A big night again, and there is the quarterback comparison. Great half for Herbert, 14 of 18 for 191, 2 touchdowns. 2 coaches, 2 quarterbacks. Chargers are going to get the ball to start the second half.
What a job, like you mentioned, the job that Justin Herbert, not just throwing the ball, but scrambling around, 5 runs to 51 yards, 3 of those for first downs. And I think another story has been the Chargers defense. We can talk all we want about Carson Wentz and what's going on with him, but I think the story more to me is the defense has really struggled over the last month, especially last week against Indy. Stepped up at least in the first 30 minutes of football and dominated at the line of scrimmage and pressuring Wentz almost every time he dropped back to throw.
During a defense that was pretty much shredded by the Colts last week. Kickoff fielded at the 5-yard line. Darius Davis. And we start
Kickoff brought out to the 34.
4 moments ago, Kaylee on the field with Jim Harbaugh.
Coach Justin Herbert has gotten it done with his arm and his legs. What's impressed you most by his first half success?
He's really seeing the field great, making tremendous decisions, and playmakers are showing up. You know, got 30 more minutes of football, got to protect him, and finish this thing.
Your pass rush has consistently gotten after Carson Wentz. How have they been able to do that?
Yeah, they're coming off the ball, and got to continue. You know, this is a big drive for us here, opening up the second half. Thank you.
And the second half begins
with a short run.
By Dell having a nice night. I mean, statistically, it's not that great. 12 carries, 31 yards, but he's picked up some important yards. And they go to him as a receiver, even though they haven't done that yet.
No, he's impressive. I mean, you lose 3 of your top 4 backs. You're going down to practice squad to try to find some depth. And quite also, they stepped up in his first half, not only running the football, but pass protection, all around. Having a great night.
2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
Rusher's the quarterback.
Handoff up the middle, big run, the 49.
Vidal is Longest carry of the night, 8 and 9 in the first down.
A great double team right here, and then you'll see all again be able to climb up. Nice job of being able to just kind of open that up. All doing good job playing through that ankle pain. And there's the eyes of it all. He just runs with an attitude. Very tough to bring down. You can see how quick and sudden he can be when he gets the ball in his hands getting downhill.
Great shot. Reminds me of the old shots of Mike Singletary. Before it.
Handoff up the middle again. Vidal, a gain of 9. Second down and 1. He's running strong right now.
Greg Roman's got to really appreciate what he's seeing. He talked about, I had a chance to catch up with him this week. He said, we're going to be aggressive. We want to try to spread them out and deal with Brian Flores and its attacking defense. But as the game goes on, we feel we can get into our old traditional look, which is tight ends and fullbacks, and lean on him and wear them down.
Jared Patterson just up in the practice.
Handoff off tackle, short gain. He didn't get it. Third down coming up.
Minnesota 43 for LA.
And remember, as much as they are known for their attacking style and getting after the quarterback, you got some new pieces that they brought in with Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, and these guys are still trying to feel this scheme out and being respectful to the gap schemes and understanding the gap responsibilities. So they're going to test that, especially on 3rd and short.
They go back in on the 3rd and 1.
Look at the throw. Play action. Dumps it on. Got Vidal. First down on the pass play.
The 33-yard line tackle there by Blake Cashman. A good-looking opening second-half drive for the Chargers.
It really put him and Harrison Smith in a tough spot. You get a lot of this coming down on 3rd and short. It leaves Harrison Smith really out on the edge by himself. And who are you going to take, Vidal, or are you going to take the quarterback? Whoever you take, you're going to lose. He took the quarterback. Good job of being patient. Floats it out there. Easy first down. What a drive here by the Chargers that open up the second half. Like he said, even with this lead, they're going to put their foot on the gas.
They keep it on the ground. They will. Vidal on the outside.
Vidal outside.
It's Eric Wilson to make that tackle. Second and long.
Eric Wilson's been a really good story this year for this defense. A lot of people thought Ivan Pace Jr., Blake Cashman would be the linebacker, but when Cashman came back after a hamstring injury week 1, Pace went to the sideline because of how well Eric Wilson's been playing and Brian Flores' scheme. This is a great motor.
Second down and 13. Second and 13.
Patterson is the back. Play clock is 2. Quick track.
Caught McConkey. Short gain. 8 or 9 on the play. 3rd down and 2. 3rd and 2 coming up.
He's not going 5. Make it 6 or 88 yards.
McConkey with 88 yards now.
We saw him beat Akuda for a touchdown or zone. He does a really good job of sitting in the soft spot of those zones. See, 24 games for the Vikings. 20 first downs for the Chargers.
20 first downs, and Minnesota has 4. 3rd down 2.
3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2.
Timeout.
Timeout is called. Chargers.
One thing about the NFL.
To pack those fantasy points in the second half, yeah. Starting out well for you.
Run over by Indianapolis offensively, got a little out of sync except for the second half. They thought to come out and dominate.
Don't you feel like we're at that point this season where injuries are mounting for teams all over the league, and it's about almost surviving this gauntlet of week 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 until you get to December and January. You hopefully get healthy and you make a stretch run. I mean, it feels like who's going to play that type of the season that we're in right now in October.
Well, some teams withstand it better than others. Look at the 49ers right now.
Yeah.
They were a mess. We had them. They came in here. They beat the Rams in overtime. He had planned it the other night, despite having half the team on either injured reserve or in the bench.
And I think Mac Jones has a lot to do. If you got that guy, you get dinged at quarterback, you got the right guy there.
So 3rd down and 2 after they took the time, and I'll show Valencia they come. Herbert.
3rd and 2. Herbert running for his life, throws on the run, incomplete. 4th down.
4th down and 2. Redmond chasing all the way, and so did Turner.
I don't know why they went to another timeout again on the screen. Garbage commercials.
Here's our defensive alerts again, not predicting, but showing you the biggest threats at that 2nd, 3rd level. The 2.
4th and 2 now. 4th and 2.
Flushed him out. He's been making a lot of plays with his legs. This time, you see good effort there by Redmond, and eventually Dallas Turner.
Field goal attempt coming.
43-yard attempt for Cameron Tinker.
43-yard attempt. Bad snap. He puts it through. Wow. 24-3. That's kind of a win. They held him from out of the end zone.
They knew exactly what you needed. Friendly people at Geico.
All right, Minnesota getting the ball. They got to score touchdowns. That's all there is to it.
Napoleon? No. Not even a lizard. Maybe I can. No way. It's the Geico Gecko. This guy knows crosswords. 64 across is quibble. Thank you.
Get more support.
Is that how you spell fracascia?
Get more with Geico.
Okay.
Doug is out of here. I just saw that. Good night, Doug. Check out my man Doug tomorrow, 9 o'clock on his channel. Zippity Doo Doug Coffee Talk. It's the way to start your mornings. Great way to start your mornings, whether you're driving to work and listening in the car like a talk show, whether you're up in the morning watching on your computer at your office early. Any way you slice it, Doug makes a good sandwich.
Original honey barbecue back. He'd be a little upset.
I'll get them up.
The girl lived the week of chicken. Back because you begged for it. KFC Original Honey Barbecue.
The world is a balance.
O'Connell, how you doing, buddy?
We're here to do one thing. One.
Who was that?
Doesn't matter. Let's move.
Rated M for mature. Battlefield 6. Available now.
Josh R., welcome in. How you doing?
Prices are up, but not at Metro. We've lowered prices. One line of unlimited 5G is now $40.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Samsung 5G phone, only at Metro.
Let's go back to that class of 2024 first-round quarterbacks. Caleb Williams on top, Daniel second, Drake May third, Penix fourth. McCarthy was the fifth, and then Bo next. So all of those guys have had their moments or are having their moments. But for JJ, missing 22 of 24 games, making 23 of 25.
McCarthy can't stay healthy.
Maybe a week from Sunday when they go to Detroit.
Yeah, tough one to come back, but he will have more time to be able to not just heal up, but actually get out of the practice field and try to get back with his guys and have a chance to improve.
Here comes the kick.
24-3, the kickoff fielded by Price, a yard in the end zone.
Oh, nice return. Out to the 35-40. There's flags down.
He's tackled up at the 42-yard line.
Flags down. That's going to come back.
See that sideline reaction from the Chargers. They wanted a holding call. Every coach jumped up and down trying to make that call.
Blake Blakeman says.
Holding. Yep. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Obviously, covering all the college football you do, to see a lot of McCarthy. What do you expect when he comes back?
I think that they're being careful with him because this guy just hasn't had a chance to be out and practicing much. I'm not surprised that they're being careful with him. The worst thing we want to do is bring him back when he hasn't had a chance to develop and practice. And then if he doesn't do well, how are you going to do? So I think it makes sense to me. I'll just tell you this. He brings a dimension that I would call the it factor. He had it in college. You saw it in the fourth quarter in that opener against Chicago.
Play action handoff. Mason, he's going nowhere. He lost 2 yards. They cannot run the ball at all tonight.
Last year, who played quarterback for Minnesota? Sam Darnold. How's he doing? Pretty well. Who was his backup the second half of the season? Daniel Jones. How's he doing?
Pretty well.
Yeah.
Probably story of the year. But you got to trust this guy right here. He has a quarterback-friendly offense. But I just say that I think you got to cut the head coach some slack. He knows his personnel better than anybody. I'll just tell you that McCarthy and O'Connell.
1st and 10 at the 20. Correction, 2nd and 12 at the 20. Dumps it underneath, got the back. That's a nice drop dump off to the running back. Gain of about 13. And that's going to be a first down. I believe it was Jones on the catch and run. We got a late flag, though. Late flag that appeared. They're saying it's on Minnesota.
And then they stop for the moment.
Walter Rouse, who is in for Justin School at that right tackle spot. Remember, Ryan O'Neal is not playing tonight. They're going to pick this one up.
There's no foul on the play. Play stands as called.
No foul on the play. Play stands as called. First down, Minnesota.
Well, you could go with that. Maybe a hold by the right tackle. Grabs onto him and maybe comes off towards the end, but they thought maybe an ineligible man downfield in Donovan Jackson, but they pick it up. So the Vikings, you mentioned they had 4 first downs, and now they have number 5.
Out first down, 20-5.
First down and 10. First down and 10. Look at the throw. Across the middle to his tight end. He dropped it. Incomplete. Jurassic was the player.
Of course, it's been one of the big stories of the year with Baker Mayfield, obviously, in Tampa Bay. Sam Darnold, of course, doing it now in Seattle. Daniel Jones, who was in here over the weekend and destroyed the Chargers.
That's got to be the story of the year right now. First half of the season, not just Daniel Jones, but that entire team.
Second down and 10. Second and 10. Handoff up the middle. Jones, gain of a couple there. Maybe 4. Give him 5. 3rd and 5 coming up.
With J.J. McCarthy has been top of Justin Jefferson's mind. He told me he's still learning how McCarthy sees the game, and through that process, Jefferson has shared some of his own lessons learned in an effort to get McCarthy to play with a little more confidence, not to try to play so perfect, and just to take the stress and emotion out of it whenever he gets on the field.
And Coach, who was McCarthy's coach at Michigan? Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh, not only as a coach, has been great. He was a first-round draft choice as a quarterback back in 1995. Long career before the next.
Shotgun. Look at the throw. Pressure coming. They're going to get to him again. Sack. Hello, Meredith. Welcome in. Looking forward to doing that tomorrow. Yes, absolutely. That'll be tomorrow. We'll get started early. That's another sack.
Doing a good job showing pressure and bailing out. They're just Khalil Mack just being relentless, just not giving up. Would have loved to see Carson Wentz be able to work through the progressions a little bit quick. The ball almost came out. He's lucky to hold on to it. Hit Hawkinson off to the right, and when he given him a first down as a check down, just unable to see it.
Here comes the punt. Boom, got it off. Fair catch at the 15. Ball will be marked there. 7 minutes to go in the third right now. 7 in the third.
Today's digital world is full of risks. I present to you the world's most protected business.
Creed, we have AT&T Dynamic Defense.
It prevents malicious threats. How are people supposed to get in? There's no door.
Somebody say door. Light them up, Bobby. My man.
Introducing Subway's new.
That's a crazy one right there.
Lots of protein.
Crazy commercial.
Tasty sauce. All under 500 calories. Keep moving. Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Subway. Eat fresh. Feel good.
With a breathtaking 268 horsepower, the all-new Audi A5 brings the thrill to every turn. Visit your Audi dealer today and lease the all-new 2025 Audi A5 Premium for $549 a month.
Stats matter. Like 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Oh, let's go with the commercials. Glad you guys are hanging out. Sorry it's not a better game. I'm sure Charger fans are ecstatic. Our Viking fans, not so much. If you're cheering for or against that team, well, it plays accordingly.
Hello. Ew. Oh, buddy, how you doing?
I got to be honest, man. I've been thinking about playing again.
Ooh, wow. Am I ready?
Like really, really, really ready.
Mm. Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm back. All customers choose your own reward every day.
Baseball tomorrow night, first game of the World Series. The final 7 games.
Of the Bills Mafia. In the name of McDermott and the Holy Island, in Mark Levy's name. Amen.
The party continues after the game with the JC Penney postgame show.
It's going to be very fun to watch.
That's the biggest bash in late night. So grab your crew and join up.
I've never seen anything like
The
it.
JC Penney postgame show after the game.
Tomorrow, opening night of the NBA on Prime, the Celtics will take on.
Tomorrow, the Celtics and the Knicks on Prime. If I wasn't doing baseball, I'd definitely do that game. That would be a good game, Celtics and Knicks. First down and 10. Chargers with the ball again. Herbert, look at the throw, gets it off, wounded duck. Intercepted. Intercepted, clown. Hey, there's some life for the Vikes.
Somebody got a hand on it.
Jacob Farnsworth, welcome in.
And Metellus ends up coming up with the play of the game so far for the Vikings. He's kind of that joker on the back end, plays a lot of different positions. 61, gets the hand up. Yes, in fact, he does touch it. So give him a lot of credit for making that ball kind of float up into the air. He's probably the best.
It was a tip ball at the line. Tip ball at the line. That's why.
This Vikings defense has been desperate to come up with more turnovers. Only their 3rd interception so far in the year. But this one comes at the right time. Now, big question, can the Vikings cash in with this opportunity?
They have to at this point. Yep. To try to get back in the game. Those other interceptions, those 2 came in 1 game. So in the other 5 games, picks. Not one tonight.
And Herbert throws his 7th. He did such a good job of taking care of the ball last year.
Yeah, he had only 3 during
First and 10. First and 10. Handoff. Jones. Short run. Gain of 4. Second down and 6 coming up.
He said, if anybody's worried about our takeaways, I think that's going to change very soon. When I reminded him that Minnesota hadn't forced a turnover since his interception in their week 3 win over the Bengals, he said, that's crazy, right? But he had nothing but confidence for this group, saying the type of chaos they caused, it was just a matter of time.
Inspired him. Second and 6.
Second and 6. Look at the throw. Caught. First down inside the 10, down to the 8. Hawkinson on the catch.
Who had a touchdown overturned last week. He was very upset about
In the red zone for the Vikings.
To the right, it opens up the middle. You're right. Finally get the ball to tight end, but they had to flex him out. What a shape there to be able to get separation. Nice job of finding him. Good job of designing the play. He's able to pull away and separate from.
First and goal for the 8.
As we said last week, 1 of 6 in the red zone against the Eagles. Can't afford to do that. They need a touchdown.
Look at the throw. Pressure coming.
Just gets rid of the ball as he was being tackled. The Chargers are going to run it back, and right now
Is it going to be a turnover?
We'll see how they're going to call it. RJ Nickens is going to take it for what appears to be.
They're looking like it's a Chargers touchdown on a turnover.
Officials are gathering at the 40-yard line. It's either he's down.
I don't think so. He's either down with a sack or it's a incomplete pass.
It's the knee down before he flips the ball. See the high on that knee.
Yeah, he'll be down. Yeah, he's trying to backhand it.
Yeah, he's down. It's like at about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, fortunately for him. Trying to give it away, backhanded.
That's another sack.
And that was 2nd and 6. Blake Blakeman.
After review, ruling the finish that the quarterback was down by contact at the 15-yard line.
Second down and goal now.
So 2nd down and goal back at the 15, sack for a loss.
Another pass. There were blitz. I know this offensive line. I know it's
5:40 and counting in the 3rd.
But you'd love to see his internal clock move a little bit faster, especially down the red area. You got to get the ball out of your hands much quicker.
2nd and goal. Handoff. That went nowhere. 1 yard. 3rd and goal. That was dumb. You need 15 yards. Throw the ball.
Everybody thinks about him as a great pass rusher with the Hall of Fame career that he has had. Man, he is so good with his eyes and so disciplined, not moved at all, able to make that play. An interesting call, by the way, in 2nd goal. And you got 2 plays here to be able to try to punch it.
3rd and goal. You got to go for it. 3rd and 4th down here. I don't care what you say.
Jefferson going to get a lot of attention down here.
Jefferson to the right. 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Incomplete. Looking to do a wheel route to Jones. It didn't work. 4th and goal.
That
was a predetermined, just a foot race. We know what kind of player Aaron Jones is out in the backfield, and that's what they try to get.
Are they going to kick a field goal here? Really? You're down 3 touchdowns.
Showing pressure, trying to make up ground. Really, really tough. But again, it was predetermined to get that ball to him. Surprise him, kick it. That was
32-yard field
32-yard field goal.
He wants to take my lunch away because I said before that Rutgers only miss was hitting a wire in one.
Field goal is good. 4:46 left in the 3rd. 24-6. Our scoreboard's a little behind us.
Choose your shot. Take it.
Wisconsin Badger Clubhouse. Hello, welcome in.
Get out there. That's it. Way out there. Choose your
I can't believe they didn't go for it on 4th down. You're down 3 scores.
Just choose. We craft cars for those who choose to do more than simply move.
Kind of crazy.
Come on, Paolo. Let's work. Start to finish. Start to finish.
Mr. Clutch himself. Fans want to be good.
Okay, start to finish.
Start. I never stop.
This season is going to be a wild ride. Some people might give you one.
NBA all fired up and going now. I love it.
Because more is better. It's Little Caesars new more for $9.
Well, our website is behind. We're stuck or something. I wonder if I refresh it, if it'll do anything.
It's your #1 broker with the best full-service wealth management skills in the biz.
Nope.
Actually, I'm seeing something from Schwab.
Nope. Nothing I can do about it. Just stuck.
And if you want, they can even manage it for you.
Not to mention, Schwab has a team of specialists for taxes, insurance, and estate planning, all with low fees.
We're experiencing technical difficulties. Carl.
Schwab, a modern approach to wealth management.
Thursday night football.
Thursday night next week, the Ravens and the Dolphins. Prime time, Ravens and the Dolphins. From Miami. Might be a hurricane down there then, who knows?
While we were away, a flag, 12 guys on the field, the defense. So they take the 3 points off the board.
Oh, flag while they were away.
You know, you're down by 21.
So they took the 3 points off the board.
They move it 5 yards in to the 9-yard line.
It's in on the 9-yard line, so 4th and goal from the 9. And now the Vikings are going to go for it.
You don't know when you're down 3 touchdowns. You're this close. You got to take a shot here.
Yeah, 4th and 9 is a little less daunting than 4th and 4.
4th and goal from the 9. 4th and goal from the 9.
From the 9. Trying to make it 24-10, not 24-6. Addison's in motion.
Look at the throw. Wentz going down again. Another sack. A late flag.
Henley is here. The flag is down at the 4-yard line. And you can see by Henley's reaction, he knows what this goal is going to be. And among other things, it's going to be a first down.
It's going to be a first down for Minnesota. I think it's going to be illegal contact on the Chargers.
St. Juice running with Addison. Defense over 24. Yeah, let's see what's going to go on 24. Gets hands on it, working to the inside.
Yeah, he's showing St. Juice with Addison in motion.
Right there, on tap. Good call. 4th and goal.
Wow. 1st and goal from the 4 now.
Now they're inside the 5-yard line.
Crazy.
1st and goal. He's trying to scramble back into the game. One opportunity. Mason is in the backfield.
Play action. Look at the throw. End zone touchdown. Vikings to Addison.
To try to get back into the game.
Absolutely. They're right back in this game. And Addison, boy, again, you know about Jefferson, he gets a lot of attention. They actually lined up on the same side of the field, off to the quarterback.
Crazy how things can change.
It's an offense that was 1 of 6 for touchdowns in the red zone.
Harbaugh's just sitting there staring with this. What happened? Look.
As far as being able to have opportunities to score points, but this time they capitalized. And he got the ball out early that time for his touchdown.
Right. Extra point, 24-10. Chargers.
There's Addison matched up against St. Just again there in the slide. Good move. Boy, he's such a good route runner. You can see right at the line of scrimmage. He's able to separate and pull away. And he's got
nice play, nice touchdown right there.
He's been hit so much, even when he has time, he's falling back away from potential pressure. There's the penalty.
Man, they want to sell us some pizza, don't they?
It cost St. Juice and the Chargers defense.
So that interception by Minnesota comes back to hurt for the Chargers.
Pay it off with 7. 4.5.
Here comes the kickoff. Chargers getting the ball back now.
Big 9, 16 and 22 is Justin. 2-12.
4:36 in the third. Take it to 5, 10, 15, 20. Out to the 28 and tackle there.
Stats powered by AWS, a matchup Joel, Jonathan Bernard. Alton's been a big presence. Great to see him back. Missed the last 3 games. You can see he's only allowed 1 pressure throughout this entire game. And this season was 6.7 of the pressure rate allowed all year. You can see he locks you up at 6'8", 322 pounds with good feet. He is a big body with athletic ability and tough to get around.
It's like that.
First down and 10. Handoff up the middle, short gain, maybe 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up.
And the only way this team gets back to the game is the defense makes a play. Last time out, it was Metellus with the interception after the Jalen Redmond tip pass at the line of scrimmage. If they're going to get back in it, they got to play better in the interior and at the line of scrimmage compared to how they played in that first half.
Shotgun formation, single back set. Look at the throw. Got time. Gets it off, incomplete. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
For most of the night without both of his starting.
3rd down and 8 coming up.
Vikings left tackle Christian Darrisaw came out of the game earlier. He suffered a season-ending knee injury last year. It's still giving him problems. He just returned to the sideline in sweats, and that was with Ryan O'Neal already unavailable tonight. And guys, we are not going to see the Chargers' leading tackler Derwin James back in this game tonight. He came out of the half as well.
3rd and 8. 3rd and 8.
Right foot with an ankle injury.
The man who had not missed a snap all season long. 3rd down and 8. Herbert.
Dumps it. Caught.
And that's caught, and that's going to be
Allen, but there's a flag down.
for a first down.
And flag down. Yeah, defensive holding. Really
Going to be a first down Chargers either way. Allen on the catch. Had enough for it, but they also got him. Got a penalty on defense here.
Justin Herbert, boy, he is feeling it tonight.
They're going to take result of the play, the catch by Allen.
They're going to decline this because of the route. Here it is. Matt McConkey, it's great to see him back feeling good and running these routes tonight. There's so many weapons with Keenan Allen and I mentioned Johnston really hasn't had an opportunity tonight. Matt McConkey, there's running game.
Handoff again up the middle. Solid run. Gain of 10, 15, almost 20 yards. Big run, Vidal.
Gain of 18.
Gain of 18.
How much fun is it to watch Vidal run the football? Getting a good look at him. Anytime they're running tonight, it's on the left side, and he's running through arm tackles. Again, he is a powerful runner. 5'8", 215 pounds, great spin move, getting around people, lateral quicks, power running.
First down and 10. 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 44. And we got false start. 5-yard penalty. 1st and 15 coming up.
Just remind people, their rookie Omarion Hampton is out on the IR. And Najee Harris out.
And Harris has gone to the season.
Yeah, out for the year. So you're looking at the rushing yards really hurting this defense. Continues to be a thorn in the side of Brian Flores and this defense.
And then number 2 back right now, he has
handoff. Vidal again. Gain of 10. Gain of 15. Gain of 18 again. He is having a monster game.
Charger Nation has a new favorite.
But what patience here to allow the counter. Zion Johnson, a left guard. You see Trey Harris also just kind of wait, set the blocks up, be patient, let them get established, and then you're able to accelerate through that hole.
18 carries for 86.
Yeah, he is.
First down and 10 again. 1st and 10. Handoff that time he doesn't. Still cuts through. Harrison on that one. It's a gain of about 6.
If you're a Chargers fan, this is the offense.
2nd down.
Now, it's different bodies. It's not who you thought you'd see, whether it's the offensive line or the backs, but this is who Greg Roman and Jim Harbaugh, this is who they are. Take all of it off of Justin Herbert. Let him complement the running game. That's kind of what they envisioned when they went out and got Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton, but instead it's been Vidal and a little bit of Jared Patterson coming in.
Well, they run the ball 27 and thrown it.
2nd and 5. Handoff again. That time nothing. 3rd down and 5 coming up.
Okay for Patterson there. Sets up a 3rd down.
It's got to be frustrating, that stat we just put up. And this is a Vikings organization. And when they lost those last couple games and into the playoffs, they really made an emphasis on getting stronger in that same division with the Lions at the line of scrimmage. Made some moves on the offensive line, made some moves on the defensive line, brought in Hargrave, brought in Allen.
3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4.
And now these last 4 or 5 games have gotten away from them on defense because they can't win at the point of attack, can't win the line of scrimmage.
Final minute of the quarter. 3rd and 4.
Going to take off and run. 1st down. Chargers. As Herbert runs and gets it. Welcome to Magic Adventures. Herbert gets the run there in the 1st down inside the 20, down around the 15-yard line. He had somebody wide open to the end zone. He missed him. Wide open to the end zone.
Every one of his runs tonight, the 6 you mentioned, have been on scrambles. He's been able to pick up some 1st downs, 4 of them on those 6 carries.
Easy for us to say.
End of the 3rd quarter.
End of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night as we begin week 8 of the season. 24-10 Chargers.
24-10 Superchargers.
Introducing
In the lead right now. Looking for more here. Going into the 4th.
It's like if your favorite steakhouse made nuggets. Wait, is Arby's your new favorite steakhouse?
Arby's, we have the meat.
Jen, I sent you an email with all the information for Sunday. I know you guys were streaming, but I should be on your email when you look at it.
Like up to 20% off hundreds of thousands of hotels and a whole lot of other stuff I can't get into right now. It's dead.
That's suicide. It's not over that.
That doesn't feel right. You're okay, son.
Ghosts, right in front of me. I've been seeing people. They were murdered.
I could be using my mind.
This whole thing looks like you went mental after your father's death. Who murdered you? We were torn apart at birth. That's dramatic.
Super soakers.
Sandwich and his crust.
There you go.
One has it all. So I said, no, you're the one who's jelly. Yeah, hilarious. The other, oh, come on. Something's missing. Doesn't feel to be so irresistible. Irresistible? Is that what people are saying? That's it.
God.
Ugh, irresistible. Yeah, right. Uncrustables are the best part of the sandwich. Sorry, crust. Try them in
Uncrustables are good.
Public service announcements anywhere out there. Okay, cook, I'm telling you.
It's a W for us, a big win. So I'm telling you.
Right.
We got next.
They're doing all the stuff for the Olympics with football. That's right. I keep forgetting that flag football is going to be an Olympic sport coming up. Flag football.
Open up now.
No. All right, 1st and 10 at the Minnesota 14.
Brought to you appropriately by SoFi. What a design. The stadium is built for about $5 billion. By SoFi, yeah, with a B, open in 2020. Now, Michael's First Street in the Hartong, we start the 4th. Chargers with the first from 10 of the 14-yard line, up by 14 points.
Look at his throw to the right. Now he's going to take off running again and slide it to 10.
You look at that graphic they popped up there, 158 yards rushing to 18 yards rushing. That's Chargers football. That's who they want to.
Oh, I love Uncrustables. The grape. I'm not big on strawberry for some reason, or raspberry. I do love the grape.
300-pound tight ends and fullbacks, 16 times, averaging over 5.5 yards a carry. With that
Second down and 7. Second and 7.
And that's with the makeshift offensive line.
Pitch. Round the outside. Vidal inside the 10 to the 2. First and goal coming up.
To go back to the offense's right with the motion. Watch 42 Fisk work back. But he sees an opening because of the fast flow of the defense going to his right. So he cuts back against the grain to the outside. There's a bunch of grass, and he gets all the way down to the 2-yard line. This kid is playing ball tonight.
Put the ball just inside the 2. First and goal.
First and goal. They're going to hand it off again. He didn't get nothing there. Second and goal. They're going to play action. The tight end's going to be wide open with the way that they're over aggressively playing the run.
He always has, whether he's been at Stanford, San Francisco, University of Michigan, now with the Chargers. He's got to map this field, and he'll feed him.
So the timeout for an injury here can be Bernard. Jonathan Bernard is the man down on the turf with 13-18 to play.
Looks like a cramp for Bernard. Man, Pacers and Thunder are going to another overtime? Holy heck.
He gets pushed back on by, again, there's those big fullbacks. Then he gets caught underneath as he gets driven back by Fisk. Checking right leg in.
That 5 years ago ran into him.
Looks to me to be a cramp.
There as well as 6'4", 285. 6th season for Bernard out of Florida.
And he is going to walk off under his own power.
See him up. It's the big fear, right? You get in the trenches, you get caught underneath, and then push back. But it's good to see him get up and move after that. He's such an impact player for this defense.
He jogs down the sideline. Come out for at least one play. Actually, we're going to put him in the tent now as well. And then second down and goal, play resumes for the Chargers. Matt Locker is the fullback. Vidal is the running back. And Herbert says, what's that about?
Now we got a flag, probably delay a game.
12 men in formation, defense.
12 men in formation for the defense, half a distance to the goal.
And when Bernard goes out, that affects your personnel. And so miscommunication is one too many.
We'll see if they try to run it again here.
Now at the 1-yard line. Second and goal. And Vidal. Tailback. Herbert's going to take it himself.
Herbert's going to take it himself. We got a flag.
Another flag on the near side of the field at the 1-yard line.
At the 1. Hey, Magical Mike, welcome in. Oh, he's driving. Okay. Thank you.
He's moving. Sorrell at right guard spot. Watch 61's reaction when he moved just slightly. Right there. Hey. Don't go away. That's Redmond too. Good look at it here.
Second and goal. Back of the 7 now. Play action. Herbert looking to throw. Throws on a run. Caught. Touchdown. Harris. Dre Harris on a touchdown.
The real opportunity within this offense gets better every single week. Here he just mirrors his quarterback in trouble in the scramble drill. Gets away from the tellers, realizes he's in trouble. How about look at the eyes of Herbert? Steps up, just waiting, buying time, gets the separation, and gets the touchdown.
Nice job there.
3 touchdown passes for Herbert tonight.
Herbert's got 3 touchdown passes.
Extra point by Dicker is good, and the Chargers extend their lead to 21.
And now you're probably going to see Wentz just come down the field and score a touchdown because I don't know that they're going to go on a full attack being up this much.
It's a carnival vacation fun. A little bit of everything for everyone. Like being this far above sea level.
Man, they really want us to buy a pizza.
Dishing up delicious food. So no matter what you choose, no one does fun like Carnival. Big dinner box, 8 things, 5 and 6, 2 pizzas, big dinner box, 6 wings, 5 and 6, 2 pizzas.
See Amber's home. Means Sullivan will be back in here in a minute, I guess.
These are the facts.
So much Pizza Hut commercials.
50% off Metro and Cricket, guaranteed. With one
Is that his first career touchdown, Greg? That's pretty interesting.
That means you'll pay half the
I missed that while I was doing that.
Get the facts, then switch to Total Wireless.
I hope he got to keep the football, you know.
It's like needing the expertise of this talking head.
That's the key. Keep the football.
But getting that talking head.
And I'm Ryan Fitzmaster. You're fantastic. I'm drafted. I'll introduce you to my dear.
All right, when we come back, Minnesota getting the ball.
Just any insurance when there's State Farm. Get off me.
Sullivan's in here most of the night.
State Farm is there.
Yeah.
We know
He laid in here on the floor.
it's what inspires us to
He likes it. I think it's cold floor. He likes it.
starting with whole corn kernels for our masa, crafted for that perfect crunch in every bite, with no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. Tostitos. Tradition matters.
Most pet food looks like this. But not the farm.
Dave's Disney Dreams, welcome in.
Because it is real food. Made to human grade standards. And gently cooked to give your dog the nutrients they need without the ultra processing. Because good ingredients matter. But the best recipes call for so much more. Get 50% off your first box, available only at thefarmersdog.com.
Off the 44. They take it to Florida. Run to the air. Goes to Jerry Rice. Touchdown, San Francisco.
What are these old highlights of? Oh, that was that Super Bowl, San Francisco and the Chargers. 49ers went crazy. I remember that. 6 touchdown passes.
Following the 94 season, I was there with Frank Gifford and Dan Hugo.
Oh, wow. I remember that. That one was over in a hurry, very quickly. Get the one-liners working back in.
All right, here's the kickoff. Minnesota coming out. 5, 10, 15, 20. Sideways to the 20, over to the 25, 30. Knocked out of bounds at the 32.
Well, it was a 19-point spread, number one.
12:42 left of the game.
That's ridiculous.
And they will start there at the 32.
Humphreys launched one into the end zone. And all over America, hearts were beating furiously. 23-point lead.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Get it.
Sullivan!
Wow. Also, Stanley Richard was known as the sheriff. He was the defensive back for the Chargers.
Hi, Sullivan.
Bragging on Jerry Rice all week in the press.
Mistake.
What's up?
Got busted.
Hi, Sullivan.
Very early in the game, I'm sure. 6 touchdowns for Steve Young.
Scratch your back.
Magnificent game.
Scratch my back. Yes, that's what you wanted. Hello. You gonna come up, or are you going to the other room?
It's the only time the Chargers have been to a Super Bowl, so they never won one, obviously. And Minnesota's been to 4.
All right, here we go.
0-4.
This is a team that, when they're healthy, I think they like their chances of competing. And
First down and 10. First down and 10.
key spots have really stepped up. Most notably, they've got running back stopping Vidal.
Cross the middle, wide open, intercepted. San Diego or Los Angeles, all of the above. Intercepted. Chargers got the ball at midfield.
And the defense goes down to celebrate.
Wow.
Less than 12 to go. And the Trickers are trying to go to 5-3, leading 31-10.
Wentz just overthrew his receiver. Just completely overthrew him. We got another timeout because of that. Good Lord.
Began as nothing. Just a flicker on a screen, asking a simple question.
That's crazy. I mean, that throw was nowhere. He had Jefferson wide open. They had him wide open.
Wingstop, lemon pepper, all flats.
Lemon pepper, all flats. It's so good.
Like Demolition Man.
Seriously?
Wingstop's here.
The darkness of bipolar depression made me feel like life.
I don't know. Every time I turn it, every time we get a timeout, we get a dang pizza commercial. It's like they dying for us to eat pizza.
Unlike some medicines that only treat bipolar 1, Capilida is proven to deliver significant symptom relief.
Capilida.
Bipolar 1 and 2 depression. And in clinical trials, movement disorders and weight gain were not common.
Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Caplyta is not approved for dementia-related psychosis. Call your doctor about new or sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts right away.
Let's see here.
Increase these risks. Report fever, confusion, stiff muscles, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High cholesterol and weight gain may occur.
Yes, Ron Burgundy reference.
Common side effects.
That's exactly what it was. San Diego.
Ask your doctor how Caplyta can help you let in the light. Find savings at caplyta.com.
Looking for the biggest names in the game? Check out TNF Nightcap, presented by Allstate.
Patrick Mahomes, everybody.
The stars of Outlaw TNF Nightcap, presented by Allstate. After the game.
It's time now for Ribbon for More, presented by Hyundai. What a night. Monty Vidal.
All right, let's see what they're going to do here. Are they going to back off or are they going to keep throwing? Debbie, how many yards does Herbert have, quarterback for the Chargers?
Vision, low center of gravity, and he's not quite to 100 yards on the night. And Jared Patterson's going in right now, but hopefully they'll get an opportunity. Remember, he first started against the Dolphins, he had 124 yards. So this guy is more than capable within his team to be the anchor and be that guy that brings the physicality to this run game.
Got a good chance to get to 100 if somebody does horrible. How many he's got right
1st and 10.
Patterson.
Patterson, short run, 1, maybe 2 yards. Not much.
Been searching for their running game with these injuries, and there he comes. Good to see him coming back, get that opportunity. Brett Holman probably knows what he has, but they're at 171 yards rushing. That's the most since Jim Harbaugh's first 2 games as a head coach of the Chargers, week 1 and week 2 of last year. You know he's loving this.
Especially coming off the way they played 4 nights ago, 4 days ago, against the Colts on this field. 2nd down and 8.
2nd down and 8. Handoff again.
5 here. Yes, he can.
Blows through it into the 40, down to the 36.
Tackled by Eric Wilson. 109 yards for Vidal.
Now we saw him run this just a few minutes ago. Same play, bounced it to the left. This time he actually follows the counter, able to get to the outside. You know, the Vikings have had a really tough time the last 4, 5, 6 weeks of setting the edge. Very vulnerable to the outside, and the Chargers have been able to capitalize on that with the counter play, outside zone, a number of different ways they've been able to attack the edge.
9 carries, 20 yards Sunday. 21 away.
Handoff again. Going to get hit in the backfield. and breaks a couple tackles. Almost gets back to the line of scrimmage. 227, he needs 80, and he's not throwing.
Guys, the Vikings outside linebacker Jonathan Grenard, he's still on the sidelines.
Oh, buddy, you coming back?
Fit to go back on the field.
Want some attention? Hello.
He just hasn't.
I'll give you attention.
And then also another note to make for the Chiefs defense. Their quarterback, Darius Still, he's questionable to return because of a knee injury.
Well, so he's out, and talking about Derwin James being out. They've got probably 10 days before the next few charges are headed to Tennessee.
Second and 11. Second and 11.
Detroit. Second and 11.
Going to run it again. Lost yards there.
He's going to back in double figures. Got a flag here.
Late flag.
Might have got a face mask on Redmond. His hand got up into the face mask. That's the shoulder pad. Oh, there it is. Jealous.
Personal foul.
Face mask, personal foul, 15 yards.
Minnesota, think about where they were last week in a game against Philly. They didn't go their way. Jalen Hurts hits a bunch of big plays downfield. And Devontae Smith and H.
First and 10.
Chargers. This one's getting out of hand. And out next week, you go to Detroit. And you got to get ready for a divisional matchup, but soon to be a big physical battle there in Detroit. You assume J.J. McCarthy will probably get the call. Another is it 10 days to get healthy? The way Carson Wentz played tonight, they didn't have a lot of help, but the way he plays, more than likely going to open the door for number 9 to get his reps in practice and get ready to go. And Carson Wentz will beat up anyway.
I think 90% of the Vikings got
First and 10, handoff inside the 20 to the 18. Yeah, he's not going to get 300 yards today. That's a shame.
The Vikings 133. Beat down.
When they get their running game going, they get under center, they get downhill, no matter who their back is, and they can win the line of scrimmage. And then on top of that, you got Herbert, who's a top 5 quarterback in the league. With the weapons that he has, there's a lot to get ready to defend when they can run the football.
Second down and 7.
Which they're doing brilliant tonight. Second and 7.
Play action. Herbert got sacked.
Back in the 25 yards.
All the way back at the 25.
Sack number 2 for the Vikings tonight.
You agree with that? You think he's a top 5 quarterback in this league?
Herbert? You know, you wonder, he seems to come and go in that area, too. There were nights like tonight.
Third down and 14. Third and 14. Got to throw now.
From a skill set standpoint.
Oh, my God. They checked down to a run. Vidal down to the 16. It's going to be 4th down. So they're going to kick a field goal. Under 8 minutes. Under 8.
The Chargers have 42 career starts.
Under 8.
One thing I'd love to see is he's got such great poise. Is when he plays a little bit of an edge, they get a little bit ticked off. I just feel like that's like the next level for him to go and become the guy that I think you're talking about.
Got to win some postseason games too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
34 yard attempt here. The Cameron Dicker.
Field goal is good.
Los
34-10.
With new gentler scents from Clorox, clean finally smells as it feels.
So our wedding's in a couple of weeks. I've been thinking things over. I just We needed to tell you this face to face.
Oh, don't say it.
You're going to be eligible to become a member of Navy Federal Credit Union because I'm an Air Force veteran.
Oh.
My whole family can join, and you can get unlimited 2% cash back with the Cash Rewards Plus card.
Oh.
I know this is a lot.
Wow. All veterans and their families can join. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members.
All right. One of those games. You guys know I hate calling games like this. Half our fans and friends from the Minnesota side have already rolled out.
#1 in new vehicle quality. Hold up. You want the milkshake?
You need nutritional living.
We need a milk mustache.
Nutritional milkshake. 45 grams of protein.
Yes. Milk the protein.
Milk the protein. Quest. It's basically cheating.
Oh my goodness. Look at your little boo. What happened?
How the Saturdays.
Hey, you gotta be careful, okay?
I know.
And let's get you off your feet. We're gonna get your Medicare prescriptions delivered.
When life gets the best of you, get the best help with your prescriptions.
All right, we should be coming back in. Oh, look, it's a snow commercial. Hey, Coach O, welcome in. They are tonight this bad. They have been rough, Coach. They have been rough.
Hey, kiddo. I'll be right
Chargers have pretty much done everything they've wanted to do.
At least you can get a deal on new shorts for Dad. Something with a little more coverage.
Pretty much done that.
Allen Iverson is a new original documentary series chronicling the NBA.
Avery Kindred is there. What's up, Avery? How you doing, my man? You need over 44 and a half. You're sitting on the hook. Wow, that sucks. Well, good luck to you. Is this your first time in here, Avery? That sucks to be on the hook, dude. I've been there before.
The Chargers will lead 34-10. And Dicker will kick off.
Dicker kicking off here. At least Minnesota's still going to try to score, so you got a chance there. I think San Diego's just going to try to sit on it the whole night. Or Los Angeles. All the Agos, all the Angels.
It's just not their game. Tonight, 25.
Here's the kick. Returning? No, going to take a touchback.
Rushing attempts. Meanwhile, kick into the end. So seeing that caught.
Could get a pick six. You never know. If anybody's new tonight, sub it up so you can find us. We're going to do a ton of football through the balance of the year. We start with baseball tomorrow for the World Series Game 1. Right here on the channel. Going to be a fun night. Hope you'll be here.
All of these guys look deserved except in that no, it doesn't have to be true.
Maybe Joe Flacco will climb in.
That's a whole different thing.
All right, here goes Wentz, still out there. Play action, dumps it off to a quick out to Jefferson. Got a yard, maybe two. Jefferson's not going to be elusive there. You need to get Jefferson loose. That's how you do that with him.
The ball tonight on the follow through hit a helmet. He just does not look 100% to be watching him. And again, he's been hit a lot tonight by this defense.
Wentz, trouble on the move, throws on the move, incomplete. Wentz and running are not two words that should be used together. Not at all.
That left shoulder clearly impacting him. Watch him after this throw. Watch him grab onto it.
Question mark during the week. It weren't going to start McCarthy. Max Roseberg.
Yeah, Darnold's doing really good for Seattle, right? Third down and 8. Third and 8.
Who's next? Norm Steve, Barry Quazzo. 3rd and 8.
Shotgun. Look at the throw. Throws it incomplete. 4th and 8. 3 and out.
One thing we've not said enough tonight is Jesse Minner.
They're going to go for it here. Wentz is bent over in pain.
talking a lot about the Chargers offense, but Jesse Minter, a lot of people are like, what the heck's wrong with this guy? What's going on with this guy?
4th and 8 going for it here. 6:23 on the clock. If they don't get it, the Chargers are in field goal territory already.
All I know is guy can coach. He's done a hell of a job of getting his defense ready tonight against this Vikings offense.
No question. After a mini meltdown last week against Indy.
Shotgun, look at the throw. Pressure coming. Incomplete. Seattle takes over on downs.
Look at this. Well,
Troy Dye came around on a blitz. Came off with Hawkinson. As soon as he releases his ball from our right, bang, a couple guys hit him.
Oh.
6:19 left in the fourth. Boy, that sums it up, doesn't it? That one picture.
6:19. They're already in field goal range if they don't get a touchdown. There's no way they can sit on it for 6 minutes from the 37-yard line. So some scoring is about to happen here. Some scoring about to happen. Pacers lost 141-135. Wow.
Any more than the shirt? Perhaps the light jacket.
Wow, wow, wow.
Sorry.
I want to say thank you to everybody for supporting tonight, our moderators, our members, those of you in the chat and hitting the like and being in the chat, helping to drive the algorithm a little bit. Thank you. The more you chat, the more you hit the like, the more it helps the stream. So thank you. If you're coming into my streams, just think about hitting the like the minute you come in. Helps me out. Thank you to everybody for being here. And those Ninja Watchers as well tonight. Not the greatest game. Appreciate you hanging around.
Voila.
Spitting image. Show up.
What was that?
Get more than just savings. Get more workout dough. Lowe's knows tackling projects now means you can football Sunday. We need a new fringe.
This one has craft ice on demand.
More ice than me.
4 kinds of ice, actually.
Gonna need a bigger bucket. Like this one?
Do you always have 2 bucket chains?
I do. NFL International Games continue on NFL Network. And here, our stars come out of the morning.
That's right. Is there another? There's no early game this Sunday. This is one of the off weeks for the international games.
Game off. It's Sunday morning football. Continues November 9th at 9:30 Eastern.
November 9th and November 16th.
Next week, it's a show.
Ravens and Miami next Thursday night.
Thursday night football. Ravens, Dolphins. Next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
So the Chargers start this drive after they take over on downs. Herbert just keep it on the ground. Watching the rest of the way.
That's funny. Handoff again, of course. Patterson, short gain. Going under 6 minutes.
Yeah. You know, I understand. It's been obviously a rough night, and he hasn't had a lot of help. But to me, when you're the captain of the ship, you're the quarterback. You got to try to hold some of that emotion in. And I know he's frustrated,
and he's hurt,
but it's week 7. You know, there's a long way to go, and I guess that some of that's just raw emotion.
You know, he's been in the mix master.
Handoff up the middle.
You know,
short gain, going to be 3rd and 2.
Probably on SportsCenter, it's everywhere on social media. What's wrong with this guy?
Coming up on 5 minutes.
It's worse because, like I said, you're the guy, you're the leader, you're the alpha. It's a frustrated team right now. They'll get an opportunity to try to correct a lot of wrongs after a 5.
Coach.
Go to Detroit. 1 win away, 60 minutes away from everybody.
3rd and 1.
Right now, after the Philly game last week and the way they played tonight, it's a lot of somber looks down there for the Vikings.
You come here, you're trying to wash away the defeat on Sunday.
Handoff up the middle, first down at the 23.
24-yard line, that's a first down for Patterson. Yes, go ahead.
I was going to say it's a good football team with a great coaching staff. They just got to get it together. I mean, we see teams all the time that go through spurts in the middle of the year. You look back at by the time you get to January,
Yeah, you can't give up hope, you know. Kind of keep hoping they'll turn things around at some point.
The leadership of this team, be able to get them to turn this around and keep believing that this could be a special year.
Well, if it gets skunked, you want it to be on like a regional going to 5% of the country, not on national.
First and 10. Handoff again.
Number 3 back of the ex-Colt.
Hines, the number 3 back now in the game.
For the Chargers tonight, last game without a punt was week 16 back in 2021 at Houston. None tonight.
Hey, Jordan, what's up, buddy? Welcome in.
That is J.K. Scott, who has not had to punt tonight. He's been limited to holding on field goal and extra point attempts.
It had a great hold.
He did it. High snap, got it down, kick was good. 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9. Handoff, hit right away, lost yards. 3rd and about 12.
You think it is over, but it's not quite over. You know what I mean? Why not? You know, I'll be punished again. Yeah. What can I tell you?
I mean, is it
Coming up on 3 minutes.
It's really interesting.
I don't want to call it over with 3 minutes to go. Ever.
No, it's really interesting where we are. Okay,
We are.
Yeah, this game is over.
That hand. Well, will destroy you.
Pitch around the outside. Patterson gets hit and dropped. 4th down. Let's see if they kick the field goal here.
And a little bit of interest here is the field goal unit will come in once again.
Field goal unit coming in, so the over is about to go. If he hits this field goal.
Let the 2-minute warning and then maybe bring him out.
Yep, let's see. So let this one go down.
2-minute warning coming up.
2-2 in warning. Chargers will go home with a victory to make their mark 5-3, and Minnesota will drop to 3-4. Herbert for 227 yards, 3 TDs. Coming up after the game, it will be the J.C. Penney.
Don't get it blocked, yeah. Well, if you got the under, you don't want you want it blocked, but if you got the over, you want it to hit.
Look at that gang.
Wow, look at that studio.
How's that green room tonight? Put any good back there? Of course it is. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I love it. Coming up, what do we got coming up this weekend? Giants against the Eagles. This is the Fox early game. Dallas and Denver late on CBS. It's a good one. Especially after last week, Green Bay.
Sunday night, Pittsburgh and Green Bay.
The big one on Monday night is Washington without Daniels. Mariota will be the quarterback against
Marcus Mariota.
Hear great things about him after he kind of accepted that stage of his career.
False confidence for the both.
He helps his starting quarterbacks wherever he is. We're talking a lot about the Vikings and what they have coming up. What about the Chargers? Go to Nashville, take on the Titans. And the Steelers here at home. Go to Jacksonville, Raiders at home. Of course, any week you can win, any week you can.
All right, here comes the kicker.
NFL, but not too bad. And sitting there at 5-3.
You're right. They were already 3-0 in the division.
Yeah. Right out of the gate.
Meanwhile, you have a 45-yard attempt, which will draw little interest. The Cameron Dicker. Scott the home.
It's good. There's your over.
So, what's your prime takeaway tonight? Number one.
My takeaway is that the Chargers, after a really disappointing loss to Indy on a short week,
Have a great night, Jacob.
opportunities, put it together. Put together a heck of a plan. Get both the coordinators, Jesse Minter on the defense and Greg Roman on the offense, of course, the players, a lot of credit because they came out and really did everything that they want to do. Everything they talked to us about what we hope to do, they pretty much accomplished.
Oh,
And it's great when a team can wash away the taste of a Sunday game and they can do it on a Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, the beauty of Thursday night football, you get a win. Not the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, right. I think the guys early on, I think a lot of players when they first started Thursday night, oh, well, it's too early. But now I'm here.
all right, here comes the kickoff.
I like that mini buy on the backside.
Yeah, get the win. And then you're looking at a beautiful weekend. Yeah, that's what the Chargers have.
So Miles Prince will let this one flow through the end zone.
The other standout.
My God, that building is empty.
Wentz is done for the night.
Empty.
Chargers, I mean, over 200 yards rushing, and if they can maintain that and have that as their identity, along with Herbert complementing that, then that's the recipe.
And here's Max Brosmer, so we talked about him. He played in a mop-up role when the Vikings had
Backup quarterback, a third string quarterback's in. Brosmer. Max.
Then with Minnesota the last year, one season there.
Look at the throw.
So 6 years of college football.
Underneath, got his tight end. Complete. 2nd and 5.
How the heck's he out playing 6 years of football? Of course, that COVID year, a lot of the college players have extended their careers. That's what freed him up to be able to go to Minnesota and play for PJ Fleck.
And whistle dead.
We got all sides.
The Vikings schedule. Tough a week from Sunday. We play from, we'll make the call in a second.
I'm going to drop you guys into Barry Place when we're done here. Go over there and raid Barry Place. I'll drop you in there.
So there it is at the Lions.
Go over there and say, Pete said, give me some candy when I drop you in. Pete said, give me some candy.
Get the Bears in Minnesota, and they go to Green Bay.
You find out where you are. 3 of them, well, really all 4, but 3 of those 4 points within the division. No time to feel sorry for yourselves. They got to get it going.
Nope. Running back is Xavier Scott. First time we've seen him tonight.
Throws incomplete and dropped. Adam Thielen sighting.
Couple of seasons in Carolina, and then came back to finish up his career. It's a one handicap, by the way, just in case you want.
Oh, okay. That's impressive. We just talked about the Chargers' tightness on the road, Steelers, and then on the road, back on the road to Jacksonville. Catch a bye.
Good night, Lila Rose.
It's a good team, but winnable. If they play the way they did tonight, they can win those games.
No question.
Handoff up the middle.
Into Charger territory.
Going to be 3rd down at about 5, probably.
Half play in the 4th.
3rd and 4. Minute 30 on the clock.
It's a big part of what they do defensively. This defense has had to try to get by early in the year without Denzel Perryman, one of the leaders in the middle. Khalil Mack has been down. We can see both of those guys back, and now we'll find out how long Derwin James might be down. Hopefully, we'll be able to recover and get back soon.
3rd down 4.
Quick out, dumped out. 1st down on the short dump out.
So you would anticipate McCarthy would start maybe Sunday.
I think so. And I think just to kind of put a bow on that about why is he not playing and all of that, I think anytime you have a potential franchise quarterback that's so young in his career and he's not getting a lot of chance to develop on the practice field, he's developing in the film room and watching and being involved. But It's different, obviously. You're out in the practice field, getting the timing down with your receivers. Haven't been able to do a lot of that with this ankle. So these next 10 days,
Look at the throw underneath, caught.
he gets to start. Hopefully he's healthy. And
50 seconds. So that's pretty much going to end it, everybody. So I'm going to call it a night. Thank you again to everybody. I'm going to dump you into Barry's place. Go over there and say Pete McDivitt raid. Give Pete some candy or something like that. I'm going to go watch that. Thank you, everybody, for helping. Sorry, Vikings fans. Congrats. Charger fans, we'll see you tomorrow night, 7:30. Major League Baseball World Series. Vikings are just running short runs. This one's done. See you soon. Bye-bye.